어느 팀이 승리를 거두면서 퍼스트 스탠드 LCK의 두 번째 주인공이 될지 동시에 내일 이 자리에서 젠지와 파이널 매치를 치르게 될지 Let the Noah Finals begin. BNK POX와
The place is packed, yup. 10,000 fans. 10,000.
홍콩 카이타가르나를 가득
Lot of
메운
people there.
팬 여러분의 뜨거운 파도 함성과 함께 시작하겠습니다.
Away.
There
We're
it is.
wasting no time,
Game
Valdez.
on.
We had a great opening ceremony. Caster John was as hype as always.
드디어
And
시작이다.
this crowd loved it, but we're going straight into the draft.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about how much it means to the fans here. The first LCK Cup
We're
to be
Renekton
held
band,
in
Rumble
Hong Kong.
band.
And the first
That is a
road
very
show
early
here as
Renekton
well.
band.
It's,
Maybe
it's pretty
Ambessa needs to be
unique. I
banned
really
as well.
appreciated seeing Caster Judd in person doing that awesome intro.
Jungle
It was
Ambessa.
really great stuff. As we are
Top
getting into the
Ambessa.
bans already, nothing out of the ordinary
Azir
here except,
Orianna
you know,
ban,
an
or
early
is it
ban here
is it gonna
on
be
Renekton,
Rise?
which we are going to see
Vi,
against
there's
Clear.
also Vi
Yeah, that's
ban
not a
maybe.
shock.
Varus?
See the Orion and Rumble
바루스도
here
있고
as
되게
well for
배날 거 되게
BNK, two
많은데.
strong picks in isolation for first pick.
바드가
On
풀렸다가.
blue side that D+ do
There's the
have in their
Vi.
possession, so
There's the Vi ban.
not shocking. The Varus is another question mark in this draft here that we could see as the Vi and Pantheon are taken away by D+ Kia. Varus has not had the success that his
Board
draft
is open.
priority in bans
Bordeaux
has,
and a
I think,
border.
made you assume that he would do in terms of his
Korea
performances
border.
here
Ambessa,
in
there it
playoffs.
is.
But not
Ambessa
banning
has to be banned
Ambessa
because
instead,
Renekton was
which is such
banned.
a strong
Renekton
flex
is like
pick
the
here
only
for D+
champion that
Kia,
beats
one that they
Ambessa.
often pick first.
If
when
it's
left
top
available.
top,
So
that
the
is.
Varus
It can also go in the
is
jungle
up and
pretty well,
available
right?
if they want to first pick it. There's something else on their mind here. A bit of a meta shift could have happened behind the scenes. We'll see what their
바루스가 안 나오고
read is. The
아지르.
Azir, obviously the
Azir.
obvious one was discussed a lot. This pick might be a
Maybe
little
the
bit bait right now
Nocturne?
because it is simply not finding
Varus?
the success
There it is.
that we expected. And as a result, they will give Diablo the Varus over, and they'll have counter pick for Vikla here in the mid lane. They can also look for a prio jungle pick as well, like the Jarvan or the Xinjiao.
Yeah, definitely still a lot of options. I think you're giving a lot of trust over to Showmaker just to pick him that Azir and hope that he can have a big impact on that. Very curious to see what goes with the Azir over to Lucid. As Varus gets locked in, not a big surprise. And Jarvan is going to come in here.
Xinjiao.
One of the best answers so far, one of the most common
녹턴이 안
answers,
나오네
let's
이게
say,
생각보다.
to the
나는
Varus
아지르
has been
녹턴
the
이렇게
Sivir
나올 줄
pick, but
알았는데.
picking Sivir into the
I thought
Jarvan
Sivir
feels
Azir Nocturne, but
really
no.
rough because of her immobility. And so they will just take this right away and deny that counter pick in the bottom lane. It would be incredibly unusual for Smash to be bold enough to play it here. The Xinjiao, in terms of tier, was the next on the list, and that will come in here.
Are they gonna
as
play
well as
like
Smash's
Talia, or are they gonna
classic
play
Ezreal pick. Very safe
Why?
into the Jarvan.
There's a
pick
Talia.
that has done a lot better
Talia
in the
Jarvan
Varus
combo
more recently
by the way.
than it did in the past.
탈리아가 이제 콤보를 자르반이랑 이렇게 할 수 있기 때문에
that in the LCK we found consistent success with here, but the higher you go in terms of teams, and we are now in our top 3, the performances get stronger. I think Vikla has proven that he's no longer just the solo lane guy, no longer just the pick guy, the hands
이러면은
guy, but he has
바드 밴
the
나오지
macro to
않을까요?
back it up
They're
this
gonna ban
season.
Bard.
And I do
There's
think
no way
that
they
playing two
allow
sides
it.
to this Talia absolutely can work.
Bard is fucking annoying as hell. If you're playing like Varus, it's
really
annoying.
awesome to see him performing on the TF in their win against Genji. Certainly does feel like he's expanded his pool.
Leona
and he's
ban,
not just playing
maybe
Morgana
Karma ban instead
anymore.
and leave a
We've
Bard
really
open.
gone beyond that for this player.
카르마,
and,
이제
been a big
카르마를 오히려
impact here
더
as we're
견제할 수
going
있겠는걸?
into the support bans.
I feel
Leona and
Karma's
Snowballing.
overrated though. Like yeah, lane base is annoying as hell, but Bard is more annoying.
Ezreal that he's picked up. The Leona pairs incredibly well with Ezreal, is very safe in the lane. So it's no shock to see that one taken away. Now Karma could be a consideration here, but they don't really have consistent engage at all if they do lock that in, so I think it's a heavy risk.
바루스 카르마는 별론가? 바루스 카르마. Oh, they banned Lucy. Oh wow, Shiu's Gwen got banned actually.
Which is a big side lane threat on top of
Well,
the
imagine
Azir.
having
Would give them double side lane
Shiu
threats,
on
so the Tia
Gwen.
can only really answer one.
Leaving Shiu's
So I
Gwen
think that's a
open.
smart ban
Definitely
here towards Shiu.
something you should do, huh?
Strong top lane picks are still available, however. See what this final ban will be here. Taking away the Rek'Sai.
much. It's like she who's best champion is Gwen, by the way.
Keen
So.
specialty, although we do see it
Understandable.
from time to time from other players, but definitely very popular at the beginning of LCK Cup.
Portal's open.
So now
I
you
think
gotta
we might see a
decide
Bard
what
game
your
on,
support
guys.
Probably is going to be, and then wait
Hold
for
your
top
horses.
counter pick here. So
카르마를
what is the Bars
가져가지
going to be
않을까?
going with in the bottom lane?
They might
Well,
take
there's a lot of
Karma here.
different
야,
picks they could
카르마
opt for,
가져가고
even something
이러면
like a Bard
바드를
would kind
이제
of
바드
crush.
꺼낼
And I
만한데?
think with this Karma pick, you have
Like,
a lot more agency
Bard
because you
should
still
be
have the
free,
Twig, you
guys.
still have
I'm not
the
even
Jarvan
joking.
set
The
up, and you
Karma,
have
the
Chains of
Karma is not as
Corruption
strong as
to lead
before.
into a shove. Flag
It's
drag
actually
could lead into
beatable,
chains.
guys.
You know, there's a lot of synergy between these three. The
I mean,
Karma
what else
giving you
can
additional
you
speed feels
play
nice,
here? You can't
but
really
also
play
it's just
anything
going
else.
to mean that there is really no pick
니코?
that
이즈리얼
Career
니코?
can lock in here that will give them bottom side prio.
니코도 빡셀 듯?
So what does he do? Does he
빡셀. 오,
opt to just sit back and defend
이즈
with
유미가
something like a
이거를!
Yumi? I guess that's
They're
the
not
answer.
picking Bard, they're
Yep.
picking Yumi instead. Oh, we
It did
already
not
saw
work
the
for him
Yumi
very
pick
well
from
last time,
Keria,
but
by
we'll
the way,
see
last week.
If this is a different
The
look
Zeri
as the
Yumi, but this
blind
time it's
side
Ezreal
comes
Yumi.
through.
Yumi is
This team doesn't
definitely
really have engage. I mean, it's
weaker
got
in
very
lane
nice
than
front to
before.
back, but starting
The
a
lane
fight
base isn't as
will
strong
not
as we
be
think.
up to them.
Ooh, and the Gnar here feels like a cherry on top. It's one of Clear's best picks.
I can't believe they're not
and
playing
it is
Bard.
one that will
Maybe because
dominate the
Courier's been
Sion
losing
lane.
on
You
his
already
Bard
have
recently,
the
so
winning bottom lane and mid lane
CV Max
with
doesn't
jungle
want it to
attention.
be
That's
played
gonna be so
anymore.
easy to pull
We
off
saw
with
Boostio
Jarvan,
Bard
3-6.
yesterday. I don't know if you guys
have
watched,
so much
but
power
in
with the
LEC,
Taliyah. You
Carmine
have
Core
a
support,
side lane threat
KC
in this
support,
Taliyah that can match
Boostio.
sides as well and punish sides and try to
The
pinch
best
onto
Bard
the
in the
Azir.
West.
And
He
the
played
Sion
Bard
will
and he
never
won
really
V9
be a
that
threat.
game.
Will
So.
always be pushed out by the Gnar. So if the lane assignments are strong here for B&K,
커리어 선수가 최근에 바드로 좀 연패를 안 좋은 그런 경기들이 있었어가지고 빅 경기에서 그냥 유미 같은 걸로 이제 버티다 보면은 네, 유미가 카르마보다는 그래도 성장이 그 나쁘지 않습니다. 유미 sometimes you just have to live through lane phase now. Yumi's lane phase is not that strong. Better keep in maybe.
Yeah.
It's actually still ongoing. In fact, I see a lot of people doing it, or hear a lot of people doing it. Rather.
Yeah. Well, they're trying, you know, it's good.
I am
Good effort.
incredibly hyped to see Career with a redemption opportunity here on this Yumi, because this pick can really shape this lane. If you can absorb a lot of the damage with your shield, offer a little bit of poke, way less than you used to be able to do, like Career is doing now. But manage, obviously with no engaged support on the other side, it's difficult to be punished. In this matchup, you can basically trade your health bar for a meager amount of damage and then constantly attach and make sure that Smash has the most health possible to go
Because
toe
they
to
don't
toe
have
in the
any
lane.
CC level 1.
And we'll use his barrier here, but I think wise to absorb that empowered Q. And this is a great start here for Smash and
코리어
Career.
선수가 근데
Yeah, I mean they have to have
그
some semblance of
라인을
control
먼저
on the bottom lane,
밀겠는걸?
otherwise
So
Bars
Career's gonna
Karma
be
can
hitting
easily
level
get
2
ahead
first.
and be quite annoying. You see that
Well,
neither
two
side's
bots.
going to be able to hit level 2 significantly ahead of the other and bully them out of the lane. So just, you know,
이거 같이 탄 상태로 안 하고 이제 1레벨 상대 CC 없으니까. 솔직히 카르마가 CC가 강한 챔프는 아니라서 또 유미를 저렇게 세게 라인전을 하는 모습. So you're not staying attached, you're actually staying detached. Because they don't have any CC to block your W. So if you are in danger, you can always hop back on. Right?
Barrier already burned, so every
Q missing though? That's not good. You have to hit your Q in order to sustain through lane phase now. 그래서 유미가 리워크를 많이 받았는데 그 중에 이제 하나가 Q를 맞춰야
to put that harass in, but they're trying their best, as you can see here.
그러니까 옛날엔 그냥 Q가 딜 용도인데 저거 봐요. Q를 맞춰서 이제 체력이 차는 모습을 보이죠. So you have to hit your Q in order to get your HP back. Yu미 definitely got reworked, by the way.
I'm bringing the sarcasm out.
Because before the Q was just for damage.
Here we go. They're going to the bot lane again. Who could have seen this coming? Yeah.
낮은 팔 말고 빗만 갔다고 카르마가.
Will shield it anyways.
그러니까 이거 킬각 잡으려고 하는 거네 그냥 진짜.
Gonna be this wave crashing, and finally,
빈망 이속으로 그냥.
wave to crash through as this lane is supposed to do, but it's a dead even setup here in terms of CS. In fact, it will be a slight lead going to Smash. So again, I think this pick is working its intended role. And again, the
Varus out of
game
mana
plan here
now,
for
guys.
D+ is
Varus 많아 다 날긴 했는데 원래 저렇게 하는 게 맞아요. Like with Varus, you go TP and then you use up all your mana, you recall, grab tears, and you come back.
Have to 1v9
Yeah.
with Showmaker having some peel for him, a little bit of additional
집에
damage,
가서
obviously,
이제 템 사고 다시 오는 거죠.
Yeah.
자, 연우를 산 모습이고요.
Slam the Lulu. I know Ezreal Lulu's kind of a weird lane, but the Lulu
텔포의
with the Xin Zhao,
강점.
really fantastic and kind of
바로
fills a similar role
복귀해서 그냥
of having that
상대는
enchanter
걸어와야 되는데.
for the team
Ezreal
fights a
has to
little bit
walk
later on,
back, but Varus can
yeah,
just
it's
TP
pretty nice
by.
to see the resurgence of Yuumi, although some people will not enjoy that all too much.
It's been a while. They can get over it.
Yeah.
You know? It's a little niche.
I think,
Ezreal also has
if you're hated
purchased
as a
tiers,
champion
by
for
the
so
way.
long, you deserve another shot.
사이언이 라인전이
Deserve
좋다고.
a chance back.
Every champion deserves
나를
a second
상대로
chance.
뭐 잘
Yeah,
버티고 있고요.
absolutely.
No, I mean, Shu is
We'll
doing
see
too
the,
bad
Same
here in
with
the top
Career
lane.
as well, 'cause
But
last
obviously, like
Yuumi
this
game, we
matchup,
always talk about it.
the range
He's
vs
in a
melee
very
matchup, like
tumultuous
Nar just
LCK
bullies you from like,
Yes, I
look
mean,
at that, look
the
at that.
player has had obviously
근거리 대
a lot of
원거리 이거
expectations put on his
매치업이라서 어쩔
shoulders
수 없고요.
early because he is Smash's AD carry, one of the most hype AD carries to join since Pays, frankly, and Viper rejoining the
So
LCK.
apparently in LCS
And
yesterday,
he is
from what I
leading,
saw,
into a lot of
Dokwa
really incredible supports that we have
for
here at the
Leon.
LCK. He's one of the newer ones.
He used to play for 100 Thieves last year, but
DRX as well as being Chaos
Dokwa
mentioned
played
before.
Varus top and
then he played
Vayne
in
top,
Kespa Cup
guys,
and, made a lot
and
of
Irelia
errors there
top,
made the
and
wrong
he got
moves. He's just been through a
POG.
lot very quickly, and now he's like potentially going
Like,
to in his
what
first
do you
year at
mean?
LCK, go to first
Vayne
hand before
top
his
and
heat
pro
even
play.
starts.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's absolutely insane if he can manage that. You see that
Insane.
Raptor is getting
I mean,
very
you can't even
aggressive,
complain
and this
about
is kinda what he
Nar
has
compared
do.
to like a
You
Vayne
got
top.
winning lane in top. You have Vikla doing pretty well into Showmaker.
Who
and
is
then, of course,
winning?
Bot's going
Nobody.
push. So you
Just,
have to use this priority and get ahead of your enemy jungler and try to get your lanes
이게
in ahead.
W 썼다 그러면은 이제 유미가 앞에서 막 맞아주고 그래 이제 나대도 되죠. They don't have any CC anymore after Karma W usage, so. And Yumi's soaking up some damage and also auto-attacking with
Yeah.
trades.
See if this works out. Raptor is on the bottom side of the map though, and ward comes down. In
Yeah,
vision, so
Dokka
they see
played
him,
Vayne
and
top
nothing
and
much gonna happen there, but certainly
Varus
gonna be a lot
top.
of pressure on this first
Crazy
streak.
guy.
A lot of time spent actually, and he's just simply going to back. This means Raptor will get their first dragon with the prio they still hold.
HCS는
And this
과연
is really unfortunate
무슨
for D+. If they
무슨
could have been
게임을
able to
하는
deny
것인가?
this or look for a gank, grab some
이게
summoners, there's a
LCK에서
lot more
베인 탑 이런 거
wiggle room in terms of what
나온
you could do here,
메타가
but
있긴
instead it's
했죠
gonna be the
그때.
expected result.
I mean,
As you
there back
mentioned,
then the
with
people
the
were
control
playing
that
TF
Raptor
top,
has in
Zeri
his
top,
lane
and
prio.
Vayne top.
So far, if you're
T1
on the top side,
Zeus,
she is
remember,
doing a
guys?
pretty good
T1
job of
Zeus.
keeping the CS at least
T1
decently
제우스
even
선수가
considering the matchup.
Yeah.
예전에 했었죠.
Thinking for a play
Oh,
here
there
on
it
the
is!
Vikla, who
Emperor's
just
Divide
does
from
not
Snowmaker?
flash the shove. Now
Playmaking
he's going
Maker!
to flash,
Flashing
but I
out from
don't know
Vikla,
about
can he
that.
live?
Jarvan
No, he
coming over,
can't.
but way too late.
와
First
이게
blood.
용을
Handing
먹고
over to
있었어가지고 BFX가
Showmaker.
미드에서
Yeah,
당해주면 안
great
됐는데
timing there
I think
for
maybe
Lucid to
Vikla is a
come
bit
in
nervous
with
because I
Vikla's
feel like he should have been
positioning
able to
with
flash
Ghost,
that.
obviously, so this is really gonna hurt. Dying like
저거
this
무조건
can
플래시로
surf
이제
back.
한 번
I don't think he's
살아줬으면
gonna weave
좋겠어
his ball back to
좋았었지만
lane, but
아쉽네요.
I guess it's an
Bonjour, comment
option.
allez-vous?
But the choice to flash there, I think, is the most painful of all because Raptor was somewhat nearby and is quite mobile on Jarvan and did have his Cataclysm, so maybe there's a miscommunication. Like, you know, we see Raptor maybe call out, or you can imagine maybe Raptor is calling out, like, I'm relatively nearby. If you can buy just a little bit of time. But as you can see on the minimap here, he's just finishing the
굉장히
dragon. He is,
아쉬운 걸,
in
이렇게
fact,
되면.
quite far away and cannot assist. That last Sand Soldier is going to come up and take him out. So Vikla now down flash, vulnerable for a follow-up gank as well.
I mean, this is the issue when you play into Azir. It's kind of the Azir tax if you're in a mobile mage. You just kind of have to flash the shove if you're not 100% sure that you can win the fight. And, you know, if Lucid's ever there, you just die.
some good poke.
And that is exactly what happens. So, gotta
아,
maybe
어서오세요.
try to
Hi.
be a little bit greedy in the beginning of this match. You can see a lot of damage did go back on Vikla from Showmaker. And, a lot of Showmaker fans here, as you were mentioning.
Yeah,
just
he
from
is.
2020, he's been around forever, obviously.
He is the king of this arena right now, and no question in my mind.
Yeah.
He got the loudest cheer in walkouts as well, as he is going to get a little bit of damage put onto him by Kellen coming over there, but nothing too impactful. Smash is Ezreal, so
Oh,
does not care about
플래시
that
쓰는
leash.
걸?
Yeah.
So level
And
6
Smash
from
is doing the
Diablos,
thing.
the Varus
He's doing the
carrots.
thing, Valdez, where he hits everything and
Yeah.
does a lot of
이게
damage.
Notice
앞비전
how
디플.
Smash, he's not 100%
앞비전 디플래시.
that Raptor isn't there, so he just flashes away from
그만큼
the tether.
이게
It feels
지금
painful,
카르마가
but
피가 많이
he did a big
없어가지고
chunk to
밀려나
Kellen,
버렸고요.
for
Karma had to
that,
go home because
essentially, and it gives him some time
Smash
to
was doing
put
a
on
massive
some
amount of
pressure in this
damage
lane,
there.
so it's not all bad. Obviously, losing your flash is not great, but
Yeah, actually-
it's that amount of
이즈리얼
respect that you have to
고급
show
기세.
the enemy jungler that we didn't see from Vikla.
On first glance, I thought it was just a shift there. I didn't even
그런데
realize it was
진짜-
a flash immediately until you mentioned that. That's actually it.
I think he shifted in
저렇게
and then he
하는
got tethered,
이즈리얼
and then he was
잘하는
like,
이즈리얼이긴
I think
합니다.
you're right.
진짜.
And that is not
막
ideal, but that is
뒤에서
also not
평타도 안 때리고 막
surprising.
큐만
For those
날리는
of us who have
이즈리얼들이
been
있거든요.
watching Smash,
솔랭에서
Diablo's
많이
like, I was doing
보이는.
the same thing.
Two
우리
AD
팀
carries
이즈리얼.
handshake across the rift. Lucid gonna be spotted here. We got a wall coming in. Lucid in a bit of
그거?
trouble.
Lucid
Kellen
has no
here
flash
first
stats.
as well. There's just nowhere for Lucid to go.
와,
And the
이거
Chains
플래시
going last here
없는.
onto the Ezreal.
오,
Flash
큰일 났는데?
damage
이즈리얼도
comes
지금
in.
없거든요, 플래시.
And now
Oh
Smash
my
no
gosh,
flashes
what a
is dead.
disaster for
Nowhere to go.
DK.
And
Well
you see
played
that
by
career
BFX.
trying to back,
here.
but there's no way
They
they're
knew
gonna
that
let him
Xin Zhao
go.
used flash
And the
mid, so
second
they
got the
immediately went for
Ezreal,
that
the Yumi is
Xin
always
Zhao
just
there.
going to be tacked on.
And Smash
And
just used
eventually,
flash, so
Vikla
they
takes
just flashed
him
on
down.
him,
So
and then he's
3
dead.
kills go the way of BNK on the bottom side of the map.
지금 이즈리얼 플래시 없는 것도 확인됐고 신자오가 미드에서 플래시 써가지고 바로 그냥 BFX가 바텀을 터뜨려 버렸네요.
And this is on vision. Unfortunately for
Yeah, I
Lucid,
mean that
he has a
works.
control
It's
word
like
to the
that's the
right
thing
there,
with
so probably
Yumi.
thought
It's
he
like
was
you can't really
okay,
get
probably
vision
thought he
control
was
that well.
unseen. Doesn't have flash, unable to get over the wall.
And what a good
And then down here,
flash
Kellen
ult
flashes
from
forward as
Diablo,
well to
by the way.
guarantee the route, which gives
어,
the
디아블
follow here
선수가
for
되게 캐치
Raptor.
되게 잘했다.
And then as you say, when you get one with the Yumi, you get two. As
1
Showmaker makes
+
the
1
call to
sale,
TP
by the
mid
way.
and try to get something back
유미는
there, knowing
1
that
플러스
Victor's at least spending a decent amount of time
1
down here, but
플러스
this is a
1입니다,
huge win
진짜.
for B&K.
Yeah, it's pretty gigantic, and it's really funny. Well, now for Smash rather, but that we were just talking about the flash that Smash did in the trade, and it comes back to bite him big time. If he's able to flash the chains and stay alive with
Smash
the
is
Yumi on his
just
back,
top tier.
I think it will be at least more difficult.
아,
to
이게
get the kills underneath the turret.
바루스가
Instead,
아직도
it's
사기가
just
맞는
kinda
것 같기도 하고요.
a
Various
freebie here
bosses,
for the side
holy
of
moly.
BNK. And now that's, you know, 1,500
Look, he has to go home and come back,
already,
but
right after
he's
Showmaker
gonna
picked
lose
up
a wave
first
on the
blood.
tower if
Notice
he
the
does
item
that.
difference here. You know, the Varus picks up the Ghost Blade already. and it's a cheap
바루스는
item,
그냥
but with this
밴을 하는 게
even
맞다.
smaller gold
아무리
that he
봐도
has,
저거
it's starting
챔프
to become quite
말이 안
large.
되네 그냥
He
딜이.
can end up getting a big item lead here. And
Varus
that shield
damage
that,
is
Career's
insane.
trying to put on you
That's
just
like
doesn't
through the
feel that
Yumi
great
shield
when
too.
Varus is charging up these arrows and tossing them into you. As you can see here, Smash is going to shift this one. But may even cost him an additional farm here as they are.
Oh,
looking
he's
for more.
dead.
Oh, the max range
Oh.
chain! Smash is dead again! And Career. Oh, he just said it
플래시만
before. He's
있었다면.
absolutely dead. They're just trying to give the kill over to Diablo.
So
but the
easy to
arrow
kill
at
the
least
Yumi
misses.
afterwards, too.
And a double kill goes to Raptor. We got a
Damn.
TP coming in though.
Yeah, this is a very greedy
They're
choice.
trying
Lucid's
to,
coming
like...
over as well. I don't know if they get anything from this.
Can
It's a bit
they do
slow.
this?
Yeah, just a little bit slow. And, well...
He completely whiffed it.
And maybe...
He hasn't flashed though.
with the
Caitlyn is
smash on
dead.
the Kellen, they will get him.
오,
So they at least
그래도
get
하나
the
잡긴
support, but
했는데.
Clear
Yeah,
wins.
Clear.
Ezreal and
Doesn't
Yumi
actually
has to
even,
rotate top
like,
lane
need to
then.
use his TP.
But they haven't even
He's
finished
getting so
top lane
much gold
quest
here. I
yet.
think it's absolutely not worth. At least you got something.
탑에서
You know,
근데
you
퀘스트
have to make
완료한 건
something of that
아니라서.
situation, but bit of a
근데 이거
disaster.
수업을 어쩔 수 없이 하게 되었고요.
That dragon will go
팀장과
over
이러면 용을
as
먹고
Raptor,
팀장's gonna
had
get
to
the
back
dragons
there.
though. So
So
maybe it's not too
that
bad.
makes it a little bit better, and that will tie us up one apiece in terms of dragons, but the execution of this was incredibly risky. If Kellen gets away there,
그러니까 수업하기는
it's
아직
even
좀
worse.
이른 느낌이긴
He
하지.
did not have
퀘스트 완료가 다 안
But
돼가지고.
this Gnar is going to be a bigger
So
problem.
now
This
there's
Varus is
something
already
called
a
lane quest that you guys
massive
probably all
problem,
know this,
and
but
yeah, he picks
it's
up
like an
50s here. He is
anti-swapping
going
measure
to
that Riot did.
be looking for the same two
You
items
can
back that
still
Ezreal has,
swap
obviously
it, but
he's
you're not gonna
massively
get your
accelerated
quest
his first
back.
item.
Look at how far behind Smash
And quest is pretty
in the
important, I think,
quest,
for a lot of,
actually. I mean,
lanes.
he's like 75% done. BNK's 80 carry Diablo, he just finished that. So
Not to mention, he also just went to the top lane to clean up the mess from the bailout that she had to go for.
유미
there on the
픽은
bottom side, so
아니었다,
he's not
진짜
getting
근데.
that really important experience or quest experience.
I
that
don't
he
know, the
needs.
Yumi pick is just not
And so
working
that
out,
is
is
really
it?
unfortunate for him because the longer you spend
바루스,
without your
그니까
quest
유미 픽
completed
자체는
as the
괜찮은데
AD carry,
바루스를
the
주는
less
게
money you're
문제였나?
generating from anything,
I
but
think
specifically
Yumi pick
minions as
itself
well,
is
really starts to
okay,
add up how much
but
you can
giving
get
over
as somebody
Varus
that
was a
right.
problem.
trying for it. Remember, Diablo does not have
Just
his flash.
kidding.
Shutdown goes in.
Showmaker, playmaking maker.
Gets away from the Jarvan for now, but Raptor comes in.
No fucking
Viklas here
way!
as well.
Can I do it?
Big
Oh, the
shot.
seismic shot from
And
Vikla!
Career
Absolute
not
disaster
able to
for
get on in
DK!
there.
A
Onto
career cannot
Lucid,
help,
as
can
Lucid
he?
going kinda
어, 근데
crazy
이걸
right
오히려?
now.
Wait, Yumi's here now?
Cat on his back as well, but
Oh,
eventually
Yumi
does
detaches
go
right
down.
away.
And
Okay,
Career
Yumi
this
gets out,
time
but
will waddle away.
everyone else
I
is
think it's
dead.
worth there to
That's
get the
not
last
good.
kill, and Career gets away this time. so
그래도
as you mentioned, I think
바텀에서
it's
우직하게
a
밀고
big
있습니다.
find. I think also
괜히
like
막
call to go back in
합류하려고
on
위로
that one, but
올라가면
initially
안 되거든요.
looked a lot better
So
for
you're
Deep
late
Boston,
anyways,
and ended up
so
being
Smash is
at the
just
end of the day.
focusing
I
on
don't
pushing
think
the
that
bot
Raptor
wave
has the
and
flag to
pushing the
interrupt
bot
back here
tower.
from Career a second time, but going to this play here, it's a
Because
great
you're gonna
choice
be late
go
to
on
the fight
Diablo, because
anyways,
as you
and you
mentioned,
shouldn't
they know
even
he
try
doesn't
to
have
group.
flash. Shuffle comes
Honestly.
through. But Vikla actually look at the
우직하게
angle he
미는 게
takes
훨씬
from the bottom
이득이라서
lane. It's one that I don't
애매하게 하는 것보다. Yeah, this is a really nice seismic shot from Vikla.
Career cannot rejoin.
그리고 카르마가
for a
생각보다
while.
이게
And
교전
Lucid's
중에
like,
딜을
alright,
많이
well, I'm just
넣었는데
gonna send it here.
Karma
Goes
sucks
for the
doing a lot
play,
more
forces
damage.
Vicla's flash and then goes in deeper. Career detaches early to get out, so he survives this time around. I think they made the best they could out of a terrible situation.
Raptor's,
there.
like,
Initially
everywhere,
looked great,
though.
but Vicla saves the play.
So is Lucid actually. Lucid has 100% KP and Raptor also has 100% KP. 지금 신다우도 100%고 지금 킬 참여율이 그 다음인데 자르반도 100%입니다.
He's going to be a big difference maker. Absolutely. Somebody has to match
이즈 계약해
Showmaker.
어떡하냐
And
진짜.
obviously, the guy on
This
the other
Ezreal
side
can't
of the
even
rift
break
in
the
the same
Karma's
role
shield, guys.
will be the first guy you would look to.
Money that Kellen has.
네,
is
카르마
not tangible because he has
헬리아
about a
헬리아
extra
가는
worth of
중입니다.
gold over the opponent, and that's actually
저
really
헬리아가
important.
진짜
Playing
힐량이
Yumi
많이 안 되거든요.
is actually going to feel really nice for him to have that.
세라핀이나 카르마 이런 챔프가 되게 잘.
No way, right?
No flash on Vicla. He might have to pop the ghost and run away. I think. No. There's no fucking. Oh my gosh! You ghost are so late, my guy. He should try to like ghost and run back, and then try to hit the seismic shot from afar. Maybe.
That's a big chance
But I feel like she would have just flashed on him anyway.
Bit of a
Sion has flash
mix-up,
anyway, so he's dead.
mess up,
100%.
bit of a whoopsie. You know, you said it already.
저렇게 쏠키 당하면 안 되는데
Not
근데
much else to say about that one.
이거는
That
시우
one is not
선수가 되게
supposed to
잘하죠.
happen.
I mean,
But
like
a good
Sion
punish
solo
from
bolo.
Shiu, who doesn't even need to use his
Solo
summoner
bolo.
to secure the kill there. So
사이언 개사기 챔프
it's
저거.
certainly going to take a little bit of the wind out of BNK.
탱커라고 막 딜 안 나올 것 같지만
no doubt.
생각보다
Showmaker's going to get pushed
딜이
away here. The
나옵니다
Dragon
진짜.
is up in 90
오른이나
seconds. It is the
사이언 이런
X-Tech
애들은.
Soul, so an
Sion,
incredibly
Orin,
valuable
like these
dragon.
champions
Whoever
do a
does
lot of
end up
damage,
pulling
right?
ahead on this one, but Herald is topside. It is live first. We have this group up faster for BNK, and we will just have
Let's watch this again.
you know, after the caster
Hits the
curse,
E for
Shane
the
Victor
slow
will-
immediately or
He hits
the
the slow,
combo with the
and then
Q.
instantly Shiu is just like, I ult
Grasp
you.
prop,
Man, Victor
auto
should have
attack, auto
spaced a little
attack.
bit better here, and unfortunately the shot misses, and he still commits the ghost, hoping that it was going to hit, and that would have bought him enough space. It does not.
Disaster,
So he's
bro.
also down
Disaster.
ghost as well.
I mean, Sion, you just got to respect him. Like, he does look like he would
Pretty
kind
close
of be
game,
just
I think.
a punching bag, but I think especially a lot of mid laners, you know, they don't have a lot of experience playing in a Sion, so that will happen where it's like, oh, he can't do anything to me. I'm just going to harass him under turret, and then all of a sudden, you know, especially without your flash. Like, if you can flash the ult, then sure, you can put on the pressure.
It's
That
just
was
so-
not the case.
So clear as, hold on, our thoughts on this one, as we may have a bit of a fight here.
Trying to burst him in the bush. Because the Herald's up, and the Dragon's coming up. You can see that BNK are really trying to control the vision there.
Does have this teleport advantage here in the side lane, as well as a wave pushing, so he could join if he wants to. He's going to back right now, which makes this a bit of a timer that BNK aren't to secure this quickly. Back is spotted though, so I think they feel pretty confident they can take this. Even stopping the back is pretty massive. If they get Herald and then can contest,
They're gonna get Herald and they're gonna contest the Dragon
win
too.
here for BNK, especially
용도
again,
나오는데
considering that
지금?
Victor did not have TP. Does have his weave as
이러면은
well
루시스 선수가
available.
집을 안 가고 그냥
And they are
캠프를
set up in vision.
클리어하는
Look at
중.
the vision for BNK. All those red
아니,
boards around the
BFX가
Great Pit and
이게
the
진짜
intrigue, even around both sides of the
운영이
Raptor
좋은 것
camp. They are
같은데요?
gonna have
BFX is
full
actually
information
playing
here.
very,
TP for
very
Diablo gets him back to the mid lane.
smart
They secure
here.
the Herald.
Look at all
and they
those
should
wards,
be
by
able
the way.
to also grab
유미라서
Dragon.
그리고 치아 정리가 잘 안 되는 느낌. It's hard because like Yumi can't really get vision control very well because you're just gonna get caught out and die. You don't even have boots, by the way. So
And they don't have vision, they don't have control, they've fallen behind in this game.
유미는 신발도 안 가는 챔프라서 이게 시야 정리가 계속 지금 카르마 쪽이 훨씬 유리합니다.
Maybe you let a
맵
second one go
보면은
over.
시뻘갑니다 진짜.
Lucid is here though, and they do want to fight this actually, kind of. As Showmaker's not here, this is going to be secured by
He's
Raptor.
dead.
Lucid, he's going to be walked
Oh, wow, he
into
flashed.
the pit. Now he doesn't have his flash.
He's
We got
stuck in the
TP
pit
coming
though.
in.
They have to commit
As DK
this.
are like, who cares about item spikes? We want to fight
Oh,
right now.
he's getting
And they don't even
poked.
have a jungler anymore. Lucid about to
Oh
go down.
my
There
gosh,
he goes.
disaster.
As
Smash
Smash
toss
as
the
well
flash
being
props.
slowed up. There's the big ult into the wall.
야 그거를 근데 아즈르한테 주면 어떡해?
They take down Smash.
플래시 없는 이즈리얼부터 먼저 미카엘로 풀어주지. He should have given me chaos to Ezreal because Azir was fine. Azir had flash and everything, but disaster, guys. What the hell is this dismantling from BFX? 와, BFX 근데 개 잘한다. 와, BFX is actually so good.
Hail Mary in a series of
Didn't have to
them.
do that.
이즈는 가망 없다
In this
이건가?
fight, in
아니
this
근데
scenario,
아즈렐은 알아서 살아나가는데 이지를 못 산단 말이야. 근데 어차피 죽은 것 같기도 해. 근데. And just a disaster flash from Lucid. Like he needs to flash over the wall if he wants to have a chance to live.
Clear has Meganar. He's charged it at the correct time. And D+ committing to this fight.
여기에서 와 클리어 선수가 진짜 말이 안 되는 걸?
A massive Gnar as they go over the wall here, and the Yuumi shielding is not enough to win you this fight. You don't have the skirmishing power here anymore, and I think they thought they were at a closer game state than they were.
이제 유미한테 달게 받아라.
long-term damage, and then the Ezreal would carry.
바드 하지. 바드 좋은데 진짜 왜 바드 안 하는 거야? Why they didn't play Bard, man? Like, you can't even get vision on the map! Imagine you were playing Bard, you would have vision everywhere. Clears the flash well polished by Showmaker, playmaking Maker. Not too bad. But they're gonna lose mid tower for that, so maybe it is kind of bad.
Really try to solidify this lead.
Yeah, it's a kill.
아 근데 이게 킬을 먹었지만 계속 BFX가 반대편에서 이득을 많이 보죠. 탑라인도 밀어넣었고 미드 타워 포기했고. 유미는 좋은데 사실 1세트에 나올 친구 유미가 그냥 안 좋은데요. 유미가 좋은데 아니 거기부터 뭔가 그게 맞지 않은 것 같은데. 유미는 안 좋은데. 물론 T1이 그 유미를 해가지고 좋은 모습을 보였지만 그거는 애쉬 스라핀 카운터로 나온 거고 바루스를 지어주면서 유미를 꺼내는 건 조금 너무 뭔지 알지? 애쉬 세라핀이랑은 좀 많이 다르잖아. 그러니까 애쉬 세라핀은 밴이 안 되는데 바루스는 지금 메타에서 계속 밴되는 이유가 있습니다.
And yeah, I mean, essentially the best part of it for DK.
There's a reason why Varus is permaban. This champion does way too much fucking damage.
And hope that he can, you know, get a little bit of a snowball going himself and maybe carry a little bit later on. Which is why I expected them to just give the Drake up instead of fighting the last time. But maybe the pressure getting to them, as they could have easily waited for the Azir to be more online with this Ezreal, who has now.
Maybe it's because I watched Boostier's Bard, and Boostier just 1v9 on it. I was like, damn, I thought the Bard here would have been so good. And then they played Yuumi, I was like, damn.
He's very excited to be here in Hong Kong.
It's classic Vikla. As we're gonna have to check the best friend.
The whole time, everything is rewarded permanently. It's really sad, by the way. Yuumi can't even go. Look at that ward. Look at that fucking ward that Yuumi put down. Like that's the only type of ward you can do. 저 와드를 보세요. 이게 진짜 DK의 시야 상태입니다, 여러분. 바드를 하면은 관문 뚫고 도망가면서 막 종 먹으면서 와드 다 지우고 막 이러는데 시야 작업부터가 유미가 너무 불리해, 진짜로. 그 신자오가 대시가 있는 챔프가 아니라서 신자오 doesn't have a dash, so it's really hard to like get vision together with 신자오. With Yuumi? Because Shinjao's gonna get caught and you're dead with him. That's the fucking problem. Like with Jarvan, at least you can EQ over the wall or run away, but it's really tragic, isn't it?
Been stopped on a back twice now.
Yeah, this is rough.
And he doesn't have any money. I mean, he might just die. He has to barrier. And if you give Diablo this much of a lead, he will take over your game.
바루스 준 거 굉장히 후회하고 있을 것 같은데요, 뭔가 디플러스야. Like, I don't know why they gave over Varus. What did they ban again? They banned fucking Renekton.
And in this game state, I don't even know if
you were gonna play Sion top anyways. Just give over the Renekton. Who the fuck cares? Why would you ban Renekton? 레넥톤 밴을 도대체 왜 한 거야? 난 진짜 모르겠다. 아니 이게 탑 챔프가 많이 없는 상태면 몰라도 어차피 나르 같은 거 줄 거면은 레넥톤이랑 나르나 뭐 비슷하잖아요. 근데 이렇게 그냥 사이온 할 거면은 그냥 okay, wait, hold up, is the Sion cooking? She was trying to 1v9 this, but he's playing Sion. The champion doesn't do anything.
And now the Sion alone is not able to do too much. Smash being bullied in the front line, gets taken out, and the damage in the wallets are too big for the side
Disaster.
of
That's Baron. 바로 나갔고요.
I got him this time.
Wow, BFX, man, they're good. BFX is good.
It certainly had the ability to scale and maybe smash the 1v9 angle. That dream could have been real if they didn't fall behind with really little prio in this game with the draft they had. And from behind, when you're engaged, is Xinjiao with Yuumi and hoping for the best, or perhaps a crazy Sion flank, that at this lead, this deficit for D+, there just isn't a whole lot of agency for you with this composition, and you're hoping this game goes 40 minutes plus if you're going to have any chance of
Ezreal
getting back
finishing
in.
amount
And
of
this
minute,
isn't even the
22
cleanest
minute
start
in game
here
is
for
just
BNK
bad,
in this
yeah.
fight. Raptor is so
Smash
far
is
away.
getting
Vikla has the
absolutely
flash, and they have
destroyed
the
this
Sion
game.
coming through. But it's not an even game state. Lucid loses most of his health here, and Smash has to play aggressively.
Look at
to
his
get
damage. Like
anything
this guy
done.
just does
That's
0
a numbers
damage.
game
Smash
that
is hitting
simply
every
aren't gonna
skill
win.
though.
Like he's just hitting a Xinjiao here.
그러니까 이게
The rest of the team
진짜
can group up,
이즈리얼이
and
스킬을 다
Diablo's
맞추고
health as well. He's got
있는데도
such high range that he could follow
이게
up
안
so
됩니다,
easily
이게
to stuff
진짜.
like this from Vikla.
Ezreal hit
is just
every
too much.
single Q, by the way,
It
there.
really is, and, you know, this is probably the worst.
He's just an
soul
Ezreal. That's the
that
fucking
DK could be
problem.
facing right
He's an
now.
Ezreal. He's
When
3
he
levels
got to
down, by
Leah,
the
and
way.
he forest,
지금
I mean,
이즈리얼
it's really
11렙인데
ridiculous. Even
지금
the flag
바루스
and the karma,
14렙이거든요?
Like, if BNK get the soul, I mean, the game is essentially over at this point with the 9,000 gold lead for BNK and the comp they have. But as you mentioned, maybe if we go another 15 minutes, we could make something of it. But instead, it's just going to be Shiu going down.
Shiu trying to make a big play, but sadly will just come up empty-handed. I think they know, they have been playing as if, in some ways, that this game was only desperate attempts.
10.1k
Like, that's the only
lead
way
for
back in,
BFX.
which I think is a pretty accurate assessment. It doesn't
I
feel
didn't
great
think it
when
was
they
going to be
don't
this
work,
one-sided here.
but I think they're thinking more
At least
about
for
game
game 1,
number
it's
2
very
right now,
one-sided.
Valdez.
Yeah.
We'll have to see
Not
for
the
game 2.
closest one to start
Pretty
this
much
one
over.
off,
It's
but
been
I
over
think
for
we
a
had
while,
an
guys.
inkling when we saw the draft and then saw the way the beginning
This
of the
game has
did
been
play
over.
out. And I think
For
DK is
quite a
definitely going to
while.
have to go back to the drawing board. They showed some signs of life in this game, but very quickly after that, it fell very quickly in favor of BNK.
Showmaker's trying to like farm
11,000
up
gold
and do
to
something
the
that
lead for BNK.
Showmaker's farmed an incredible amount, does have a 20 CS
이번
lead
판
over Vikla. He
아즈르
has the
플레이
smallest goal
좋았는데
deficit, and that will
뭐가
decrease as he
문제일까?
grabs his bounty on the turret, but what does that necessarily mean? What does that translate to
pen
in this game where he would just
Sia?
be burst down by so many different
Let's
threats?
just look at the
Sonar
map,
is really
guys. Look at all those
unanswerable by
red
the
words,
Sion
guys.
insides.
They're literally the
Smash,
whole map
you
is
know, we talked about
completely
that 3
dark.
items, he
Look
wants
at this
real
ward
bad.
that Yumi
He's
just
0
put
and
down.
4,
That's like the only
and he
ward on the
grabs a
map.
longsword on his most recent back.
아니
He is so
그냥
far away
그냥
from
게임 내내
anything.
처음부터 끝까지
As
그냥
he's, I guess
맵이
you could say, happy
그냥
to see
맵이
these safe
시꺼멓다니까
mini waves to
DK는.
farm with the super waves.
이게 우리는 다 보이기 때문에 우리는 맵이 다 보이잖아 위치랑. 근데 이제 선수들은 당연히 다 이렇게 시꺼먼
are some of the best in the world, and they're very good.
Like we see
at
everything, but
punishing,
like for the players'
moments like this.
perspective,
So,
all that
would
fog
imagine
of
that
war,
BNK
you know.
can just group up and top, use the
You can't go
last of
anywhere
their
on the
Red
map.
Power play, and then probably group up for that.
You know how
final
Lucid
three
died earlier
and try
too
to
was
end it
because
there.
of the wars.
It's still relatively early, right? It's only 26 minutes in, so they're really trying to get as much out of this as possible. The very, you know, the dregs of the Red Bull Baron power play come in. They're going to utilize as much of that as possible to try to hit this turret. As in Lucid
Okay, wait, hold up. Lucid's cooking it.
Vikla just flashes away. The Raptor goes very hardcore into that back.
Vikla didn't even flash away. Shutdown coming through. Jarvan said clears on the tower. They're kind of doing no. BFX kind of threw it a little bit.
No fear. They
Smash
dive
died again
turrets,
though. What
and
happened
they
to
get a lot out of
Smash?
it. They didn't necessarily have to do that, but you know
아니
what?
근데
They're gonna
결국은
get the tower
바루스가
for
살아있다는 거?
Yeah, when
Varus
Shiu
is
falls
alive
here,
though.
they should be
In
able
the
to
end.
actually chip away and take out this inhibitor as well, which would be the third and
A
final.
little bit
which
of
would
a throw from
guarantee that
BFX. I don't
dragon
know what the
resolve,
hell
but
Clear
it
was
is-
doing underneath the
I can't
inhibitor
even
tower there.
imagine a world where if BNK took their hands off the keyboard, D+ could get the dragon with 3 inhibitors down. They don't need to end here, but that is enough. And yes, the execution of that could have been a lot cleaner from BNK. They could have been a lot more patient. They could have waited for an additional wave. As it's heroics from D+. Like, we could be honest about that. The situation here is very
Yeah,
aggressive from
Lucid
Lucid.
press
BNK
R
played
and
this slow,
Vikla
and
got
they
pushed
put a lot of
back
damage
by
to
his
Lucid. He
arm.
actually gets
Vikla
so much
didn't even
value
flash
because
there.
of it. Showmaker goes low. And then
And look at
everyone's just deciding,
Clear!
okay, we got to all in on Showmaker. Showmaker just has a great flash here, grabs the kill.
저것이
The crowd goes
무엇인가요,
wild when
나를.
Showmaker survives here.
Yeah.
Clear
But ultimately,
literally
it's
tanking
not
10
really
tower
going
shots
to be enough
there.
to turn the tides as D+ stave off the
그러니까
pressure.
쇼메이커
To some
선수가
extent,
이번 판
with that
근데
aggressive play from
오
Lucid, they buy themselves an extra
진짜
leash on life,
잘해주고
but there's still
있는데요.
3 inhibitors down here at 27.5
게임이
minutes.
굉장히
Yeah,
힘듭니다.
now they're trying to make a
쇼메이커
play
I
on
just curse you
Showmaker.
because
At
I
least Vikla
complimented him.
uses
Now
the
he's in
wall,
big trouble.
bounces him into the shove. Very cute play, but Showmaker
Just
is
dashes
here
away.
and just kind of brushes it off.
Don't know if Dragon's
He's a
on the
bit.
menu
Oh,
here,
I thought he was gonna die, but he had his Baron recall.
Yeah, it doesn't
That's good.
necessarily have to be, but that is the safer play, BNK. Maybe trying to make a statement and play with their waves while they can, at least. They have a lot of poke, right? So they can kind of just sit here and take the Hex Gates out if anything gets a little bit hairy. And Lucid's already half health. This is what I was talking about. Like you have this Yumi, but you're dealing with so many fed poke champions. Showmaker dodges everything. As now,
I mean, it's all or nothing. The waves are coming in. They have to fight here, guys.
Surviving gets in. Flag and drags into the backline. Lucid creates a lot of
Lucid,
space.
good arm, but he's in big trouble.
The wallets are too heavy at this point in the
저런.
game. As down will go Showmaker.
Oh, the Showmaker with the flip!
And he does scoop up
No.
one. But
Dead.
that's only Vikla.
GG.
And your Nexus is exposed. B&K looking like the much stronger team here in game
The wave's
number
just too
1.
big.
And they want to send a message as well with the last minutes of gameplay.
BFX is not even hitting the Nexus, by the way. They're just farming them.
And move ahead in the series 1-0.
127 is the gold lead for Showmaker, the only player with a gold lead that matches his team color there on blue side. Been the
Game
trend so far today.
dropped.
B&K will take blue side, so it ends up being the R5 here for D+. The Orianna is taken away. I think Pantheon, surprisingly to no one, will be the second ban, as the meta and bans have been pretty stagnant here in LCK Cup, but I think that makes sense. The Poppy ban's a little bit more unique here. It doesn't necessarily tell us a whole lot, but it could be something like a Lee Sin that is being considered amongst other strong champions that go for mobility.
Yeah.
And Lee Sin has been very popular in LCK Cup playoffs. Now Ryze
Is
open.
open.
That I think stands out
Ryze is
the most,
open.
which is likely to be available. The Vi we expected to be banned. We weren't sure if it was going to be by B&K
라이즈를 밴하나?
because they have first pick, or by D+. So if you ban Rumble here, they will pick Ryze.
Olivia is open
And
if
it
you
is
pick
very
Ryze.
powerful. That's why first pick is so strong early in the series.
애니비아가 있긴 합니다. 라이즈
And I don't think
선택하면.
there's really any alternative pick here in my mind, unless you want to pull out Clear's Renekton or something like that. That is, again, player specific. So let's
Inara's
see what
open
D+'s
too.
answer is. The Cassiopeia from Showmaker last time around looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And maybe that is what they are
Do it.
looking to reply with here. And I
Just
think that's
do
why
it.
there's some consideration about
Bring it
Clear's
out.
Renekton. Instead,
Okay.
Ash Seraphine is on the board, but at least one half of it.
It's very strong. You know, a lot of
SC!
priority and Drake stacking. It's
Denying
huge
the
in
Ash
this meta,
Seraphine
and
combo
Ash
that DK
Seraphine has
loves
really
playing
risen to the
every
top
single
as the
time.
most dominant bottom lane. So they
애쉬
say,
세라핀
yeah,
계속
Ryze is strong, but
했었는데
you know what's even
이걸
better
가져가기
is Ash
BFX 뭔가
Seraphine.
준비를 많이 하는 듯 합니다.
Keria tried to pull out the Yumi
I mean,
himself as the answer.
Yumi's
but
gone,
Yumi
Yumi's
is gone
gone.
now because it was
So there is no answer to the Ash Seraphine.
Yes, there you mean.
And so
Other
now
than maybe like Corky
response
Nami,
is
Corky
going to be
Nami,
is
or like
Wukong
Lucian Nami.
can also be a great way to play through Ash
Lucian
Seraphine.
Nami나
But the
Corky
cool thing
Nami
about
뭐 이런
Ash
거
first
남아있긴
pick here
한데
is if they can't deny the
앞에
Seraphine, which
Lulu? Maybe Aphelios
I suppose there's a
Lulu,
lane
but
they could
Aphelios
come up
Lulu
with
is gonna
here.
get beat up
You know,
in
we've seen
lane, I
like
think.
Senna Seraphine in the past works well with Wukong. Senna is not very meta at all. and has been
Just
changed
oh my
significantly
gosh,
since
they're
then,
just gonna
'cause they're
avoid
going
the
for
lane phase
Ziggs.
altogether by playing
Now
Ziggs.
you
No
can get
fucking
Mundo
way.
and Ash Seraphine, which is
스매시 선수의 직스. 이게 그냥 직스는 라인전 자체를 그냥 멀리서 딱 딸깍하면은 웨이브가 다 정리가 되는 그런 챔프죠.
I don't really see any reason not to. I think Mundo should be just fine to go along with this. Seraphine, obvious.
Is that the
But,
answer to the Ash Seraphine? I don't know, guys. Ash could actually take over the game though, so they have to be very careful. And they get the Ryze here. 직사할 거면 근데 굳이 일찍 꺼내지 않아도 되는데 그냥 라이즈를 가져가지 않으려고 하네요. 이러면 우르라 아리가 나와있지. There's like Ari, I'm thinking maybe Ari for Showmaker. He did pop off on Ari into T1. Remember that game, guys? Oh, if they don't pick it here, it might get banned. But they're gonna prioritize the bot lane support here, perhaps.
You know, but again, I think this Nautilus pick gives you so much engage, so much lockdown, but it's still a melee, right? And
yeah,
I like it in some regards, right? But there are two real threats here already, and you're playing into the Seraphine, so it's going to be tricky. But now, like, Mundo, Sejuani, Renekton also. This is a problem that they were going to have to face. They're not going to be able to ban all of these. So let's see what the game plan is going to be here for D+. This second pick is not looking great so far.
Yeah, Mundo's pretty obvious. You know, you pass over that for the Ryze, and you feel pretty good to get the Ryze, but it means you don't get Mundo. And I do worry for career in this game. Playing in that bottom lane, Smash should be okay. on the Ziggs. And he has some wave clear. I do worry about
탑 르네까지
early dives
배난다고.
as well, though. If Raptor gets like an aggressive jungle and they can look for dives, especially once Vikla hits 6 on the rise, I think that bottom
그냥
lane could
미드밴이 나올 것
absolutely be
같은데?
terrorized.
Cassiopeia ban down.
Obvious because they need
Damn.
consistent damage, and it's
Are they
the
also
Ryze
banning
counter pick.
Anivia as well?
The Lee Sin gets
Anivia까지?
taken away here. Sejuani, I do think works well with a lot of champions that are available here for B&K in that top lane, and works really well with Ashe Seraphine. So surprised to see the Lee Sin here instead. I mentioned
Just
it
ban
all the way
Ahri,
back
no?
with that
Just ban
Poppy
Ahri.
That it was going to be up in stocks, but the ban is
아리를
pretty
배나하지
crazy.
않을까요?
And we'll see what this final
아무리
ban could be
애니비아가
here.
무섭다고
If you're playing
해도.
Victor in this draft,
I
this
don't
D+,
think
you
Anivia is
are
that good
real
into Ashe
desperate. I don't
Seraphine
think they're really
anyways.
worried about that. This
Wow,
Olaf ban
they're
makes a
banning
lot more
Olaf. That's
sense to
actually
me.
smart
Because
because
one of the
Olaf is
only
just gonna
picks
press
that can just
R and then you
run
can't do
through that
anything
CC
into
and
it.
get access no matter
올라프가
what to then allow
궁
the
키고
Ziggs to
막
follow
들어오면은
up, the
애쉬
Wukong to
세라핀
follow
그냥
up.
먹힐
The Yone
텐데.
will be taken
오 이러면
away. So I think
요네를
Clear
오히려
could have
꺼내는
actually played in this
모습.
draft
Like
if
AD
they went
mid
the
lane
Sejuani
because
route.
you pick AP already in
This
the
is
bot lane, guys.
so greedy. It's playing. You're playing this into the Ashe Seraphine.
Yeah, and into Ryze. which,
Yeah,
if
I mean,
you're just gonna
Yone's
get
E got
bullied
reworked.
early on,
It doesn't actually take away the CC
obviously
anymore if you press E.
It's Yone for Showmaker.
Because you used to be able to do that for Zoe bubbles and stuff like that, like Ashar, but you can't do that anymore.
Are just again, like
Actually
what do they
against the
do?
wall.
What do they do?
This is more than game one. I feel such a draft that's grasping at straws for D+. We got a huge cheer in the crowd when Showmaker's Yone is locked. The crowd is ready to see what happens, but we already talked about this.
There's a
We knew it was
Renekton.
coming.
아,
We knew it
레네톤
was
팬 얘기를
coming, and I think
하셨는데
D+ did as
누가
well.
역시
They
레네톤이
have the
나와버리는
counter
걸?
pick. They picked second pick. But I think getting the counter pick for the Renekton in the face of everything else that's in this draft just feels real rough. And they'll take the Trundle instead of the Sejuani.
Bro, BFX already won. BFX already won the game, no? They have Ryze Trundle as well.
Are trying to do.
와, 트런들 진짜
I think
오랜만에
that's fine,
보는데.
you know.
I haven't seen
And,
Trundle in a
yeah,
while,
maybe
but
you
this
can pick, maybe you get
champion,
something like,
along with
Kennen,
Ryze,
you
was
know,
meta
there's not a
all
lot
of last
great
year.
options
Remember
for
that,
counter
guys?
picks into Renekton, who's generally
파란
quite
색깔
pickable.
그 정글 미드 듀오로 작년에 겁나 많이 나왔었죠. 롤드컵에도 나오고 MSI에서도 나오고 막 SK 내내 트런드 라이즈. There's an Aurora. I thought it was going to be an Ahri, but it's actually an Aurora there.
Damage output. The Aurora damage output is a little bit more burst oriented, so fits the comp. In that
Yeah,
theme,
Aurora
where
top
you're
is
looking
better
for
than
the
mid
Ziggs
tier
bomb, you're looking
because
for the ult that you get
look at the
dropped here
matchup.
between worlds
It's
from Shu,
Renekton.
and then he
You don't want to
drops the
put Yone
weirding,
into
and he's
Renekton.
doing massive
Renekton is
amounts of
going
damage
to
anyone who's caught
absolutely
inside,
destroy
and then
Yone.
the Yone follows up, sets it all up with the Wukong ultimate. The problem is Seraphine's just kind of looking at everyone running towards you in those types of choke points and those types of narrow
근데 뭐
engages that you're
DK의
looking for.
조합할
She loves
만한가?
that.
DK's
That's
comp
where she
doesn't look
thrives.
too bad. They do have a lot of
Pillar
wombo
is looking at that the
combos.
same way. Oh, you're all trying to funnel through this one choke point
네,
to set
원복
up a
콤보가
really
있기
nice
때문에
combo.
DK도
It'd be a shame if there was a pillar
조합이 막
in the way
궁
of
연계 잘
interrupt all of
되면은
that.
그냥 터뜨리고 시작할 것 같은데?
You know, DK,
Yeah,
their
they have-
drafting
if they have
seemingly
this
got
good,
better
like, ultimate
in
combos,
the second half of the series against
winnable, I
T1.
think, for
Even
DK,
Max said it
but
himself in an interview. He
I
said,
think
you know,
if you look at the
guys
champion
played well,
themselves, like Ryze, Trundle,
I think the drafts kind of handicapped you in the first couple of games. He said that about
skills
himself.
pretty well,
playing
right?
against T1. So,
Ashe Seraphine,
you know,
pretty
I think
easy
you and I are kind of on the
as
same
well.
page where I think BK's drafting has just been a little bit better. They have more obvious team composition. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. The grand finals tomorrow.
아무나 이겨라.
Cantonese
라고
commentators
하기에는
could select, like, two
여기에서 또
people,
DK가 딱
just
이겨줘야
randomly do a little, like,
흥미진진하지
drawing,
않을까요?
of seats.
DK has
Like, you
to
just
win
pick
here,
two
so it
seats.
becomes
Whoever's
interesting,
sitting in
guys.
those seats
They
has
have
to
to do
yell.
it.
Doesn't matter how tired or
그냥
shy they are,
직스면은 근데
or if they're,
부스
like,
절대 못
lost their
먹고
voice,
직스 너를리스
yelling
gonna
during
get bullied,
games.
they cannot get the
They're
bush.
the ones.
Yeah.
Doesn't
They
matter
just
if
have
they're
to
a fan of the
receive
other
the
team.
wave in the
Too
back.
bad you got designated.
Well,
Monka.
maybe the casters themselves could do it.
치킨을
Yeah,
시켰다고?
maybe you and I could do it.
부럽다.
Yeah.
No, I'm not putting that
저
pressure
근데
on us.
치킨
We
어저께
could do it.
먹었는데.
They can't really hear
Yeah.
us that well.
So, especially
Career's
early
already
on,
half HP.
like he has Ziggs
Wow.
and clear waves and stuff, but like not that well early on. And you have a Nautilus, so you just die.
Yeah, no, it's the thing is your support can't shoot far. That's the
No,
thing.
big
That's the thing.
bully.
He can't hit from range. And if he hooks,
If he hooks, he's just gonna
putting
get poked and he has to flash
himself
out.
into range to be hit
지금
more
그랩하면
often
오히려
by
플래시
the two
빠집니다.
ranged, champions
그러니까
on the
커리어
other
선수가
side.
그냥 W 시작을
He will
하죠.
choose not
So
to
career
do so
started
for obvious
W.
reasons.
Because like
If
grabbing doesn't do anything, by the
Level 2
way.
gets hit by smash, and career sets up a hook, and they satchel into turret. That is
T1
the only
전용
way you can
중계방
really hope for
페비나이트.
anything to happen in this matchup. Instead,
감사합니다. 멋지죠?
you will then, if you
Thank
don't
you.
have that, if you don't have those angles, which you are unlikely to have, you will just be sitting under turret and being glad that you went for a
Thank you, very
teleport on the
감사다.
Ziggs, because you're going to need to use it.
T1은 없지만 그래도 열심히 중계를 하겠습니다요. 오늘은 머리띠가
be very difficult to deal with. Vikla on the rise has the range advantage. You see that at the bottom lane, the Ziggs with teleport, you know, again, I was mentioning mainly that early on it's going to be difficult, but you get teleport, you can get back, and essentially Career's job is stand there and hit his shield and try to block damage for the Ziggs. This Clear's going to go in on a trade. There's a big wave behind him, but he wants to kill. Gonna go through this entire wave.
Gets the heal from the wave as well. That's really well played there from Clear. That's how you want to play this one. Didn't have the empowered Q, but it's still a big one, and now has this wave here he can hit again.
He lost all the minions under turret, though, so it's a good trade, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be catching up in that CS number very well.
Lucid's also coming up here. Pretty interesting. I think he expects Clear wants to go for another all-in, perhaps a flash-empowered Q with full fury, and he wanted to punish it. Not going to happen, though, as Clear's just... He's too low himself, I think, to actually try to make that type of play.
Yeah.
But Lucid is still just prepared for that possible
Ziggs가
eventuality.
CS를 오히려 잘 먹었는데. Ziggs actually took CS better. Look at that. Although the wave is crashing in, so Ash should be able to get more CS in the end.
It's still a little bit early if you're going to look for dives, and in fact, Smash and Career have been able to push out the wave, so not in danger of that right now. Showmaker got a very good trade in mid, though.
Yeah, and ultimately,
Yeah, Showmaker actually pushed out Ryze in lane. Vikla to reset, he's actually coming back to lane.
Not too bad for Clear.
대포 웨이브라서 근데 어차피 라이즈가 지금 집 타이밍 가도 대포가 타워 탱킹을 많이 해가지고 CS 다 먹을 수 있죠. He only lost one minion because of the cannon tanking the tower. It's a good back timing for that.
His Rumble has been one of his best on his
So look at the Ryze actually ahead in CS to the Yone, right?
Yeah.
Because it gets banned every single game.
3분에 CS 30개라고요? 하나도 안 놓치셨나
Maybe
보네.
game 5 or game 4.
30,
If they really want to ban all other stuff,
38개.
but seems very difficult and dangerous to leave that up.
Showmaker does have
미니언이 1분에 도착하는 걸 생각하면은 근데
the CS
잘 먹긴 했는데.
could do so.
He's doing a really good job in this lane. You know, I was expecting him to have a lot more trouble than this.
Showmaker just TP'd back, so he's already getting chunked, guys.
Pressure, but like you said, better than expected. Nikla's really putting the pressure on here now, though.
Okay,
It's
good
a tough
knockup from
matchup
Showmaker.
because your melee and Ryze has great wave clear, so every time you try to play to your Unbound Soul, you're taking so much damage from minions. Smash has already used his teleport, and he is supportless, so Plate Gold is
서로
just
정글
raining
위치 뻔해서 안
upon
당해준다고.
Diablo and Kellen here early on.
Yeah,
정글은 계속 그냥 풀캠프 돌고 있습니다. Jungle's just clearing full camps.
Raining outside a little bit here.
Nothing really happening because
we're gonna drop
well, let's just say both teams are just
kind
of playing safe.
Opportunity. Showmaker gets his Berserker's Greaves. That is a big spike for the early laning
Look at the
phase.
Ziggs location. How the hell are you gonna gank that as
strong?
Strongdle?
You
You
can't.
can't.
Do anything here to impact the lane,
Right.
but should be able to play through the Prio and start this dragon. As Wukong is also one of the problems when you don't have Prio.
Gonna
in a
be a
game like
dragon
this,
though.
is Wukong can't really do a whole lot pre-6.
But
And Eternal,
Prio.
on the other hand, is very happy to take early dragons through said Prio.
Yeah.
And he's a great skirmishing jungler early. So
웨이브 근데
really
밀어넣고
difficult for
올라오는데
Clear
이거
to make a
이러면은
play here. They cannot even enter.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they kind of want to do something, but it's just a smite on the dragon. We got an ult.
There's an ulti for Showmaker. Showmaker going all in. No fucking way. Wow, wow. That was a clean play from Showmaker. And a good cleanup from Lucid too.
And it's a very similar
방금 루시드
situation where
선수가 완벽하게
uses his
플레이한 듯.
flash late.
Because Trundle was there
His demise
too.
is almost certain as Raptors
But
trying to
BFX
come
in the
over,
end,
but
they
was
get the
once again
dragon, so
busy
this is
on the
exactly
dragons.
what
2
happened
games in
game
a row.
1 too.
And had the same
Remember
scenario
Vikla
here.
died,
Also
got
commits his
ganked,
ghost, so
and then
big win
BFX
for
got the
Showmaker
dragon.
in this mid lane.
빅나 선수가 아까부터 첫 판도 똑같은 장면이 나왔습니다.
And the same thing happens here in this replay.
똑같은 장면이 나온 게 용을 먹고 있는데 빅나 선수가 여기에서 미드 정글한테 당하는 모습이 나오거든요.
When Lucid is right there, and Raptor had it. I think he was a little bit tunneled there. Either way,
똑같아 진짜. 전판이랑 똑같이 또
I don't know what's gotten into
BFX가 과연 리드를 할 수 있을지 근데 지켜봐야 될 듯.
Stage plays. But to us, who are feeling a little bit more calm than him right now, it just feels like he's being a bit over aggressive.
I mean,
and,
today Showmaker feels like he's
pan out well.
He's playing
if you
pretty
do
solid
end up making a
despite
big play, but
how game
you
1
gotta be
went,
careful
right?
about giving Yone any into this lane, because now he's ahead in gold. He's tied up the CS essentially, and having that rise power is going to be significantly delayed. And the Yone can do stuff as
이게
we do have
봉풀주
pressure
테를
in top
제가
lane.
가봤는데 진짜 개사기더라고요. 요즘 저 바드로 봉풀주 수호자 들만한 매치업이면 그냥 오, flashing in from career! No fucking way! Well played from career. Good TP play too.
Playing so confidently.
TP's top and then ganks top like a giga champ. So I've been taking spellbook nowadays on Bard, by the way. So when it's a matchup where I'm like, okay, I need to take Guardian. Instead of taking Guardian, I take heal and I go spellbook, and then what I do is exactly what career is doing here. You switch your first spell into TP, and enemy team always cannot match it, because if enemy team support doesn't match it with spellbook, you always have an advantage. 야, 저거를 세라핀이 따라갈 수가 없습니다. 세라핀은 홍공이를 갔죠. 유틸을 위해서. 봉풀자의 강점이 또 나온 거고 되게 깔끔하게 마무리했다. 오로라가 저렇게 근데 CS 리드에다가 킬까지 먹어버리면 이제 레넥톤 좀 많이 아픕니다. 레넥톤 has a cooldown boost, but Aurora's gonna do so much damage. 20 CS lead along with a kill as well. 600 gold already.
That's how you're going to win with a comp like this. And yeah, you know, some of those draft issues will still be there, like the Seraphine and the Trundle into so much aggression. But, you know, if you get ahead, maybe you can warp the game around yourselves.
I definitely am picking up what you're putting down, and I
그래서 바드로 저 그냥 봉풀주 요즘 많이 듭니다. 진짜. 봉풀주랑 이제 라인전 이기려면은 다 아직 감전 들긴 하는데 감전 들 거면은 점화 들고 이제 봉풀주 들 거면은 힐 이렇게.
There's a lot of factors to consider here. I think for Clear, that was a really nice play from Career, and she helps set it up. I definitely feel less bad about that one. For Vikla, it kind of felt like he had the blinders on.
최근에 연승을 하고 있는데 그게 봉풀주 들기 시작하니까 연승하기 시작했어. 왜냐면은 감전 점화를 계속 들거나 수호자를 들면은 뭔가 너무 게임이 좀 답답하다고 해야 되나? 봉풀주 들면 확실히 좋은 강점이 있어. 진짜 저런 텔포 플레이 같은 거에서. 그리고 스펠을 좀 화끈하게 쓰는 느낌? 봉풀주 들면. 플래시 막 쓰고 어차피 플래시 그냥 뭐 이체화를 바꾸던가 뭐 탈진을 바꾸면 되니까 막 이런 마인드. Oh wow, they're ulting in. BFX is going ham, but Career able to just walk it off, no? Lucid has to ulti defensively though. 방금 50이 근데 궁을 공격적이가 수비적으로 쓸 수밖에 없어가지고 스트런트 라이즈가 밀어내는 모습. 요네 has to back out. He doesn't have a jungle to help him out right now. So. 주시트 분신력이죠. 그래도 살긴 했어. 근데 사는 게 중요하긴 하죠. 그 바텀이 이제 안 당하긴 했습니다. 라고 말하는 순간 당하려고 하는 바텀. Okay, the grab is happening, but I don't know if they want to fight this. DK is Pokemon. That shield is massive from Seraphine, so even if you hook the shield and the heal and everything, it's too much.
Take away some of that pressure from the Ashe Seraphine, but instead he walks up to Ashe and takes
10분 만에 900원 차이라고.
Oh,
he's trying to barrier and then finish his recall, but now he's not going to be able to recall. Because Smash is going to TP.
Weird circumstances, right? Like for example, if they were trying to dive,
집 타면 꼬인 건 좀 큰데?
incredible, but when you hold the Ashe and the Seraphine in place with the Nautilus ultimate, Ziggs is like, I already pressed my
Diablo,
buttons,
that pushes forward,
but he's not an 80
it
carry, so he can't use it that well. And I think he was still playing as if he was an AD carry and not an awesome
Smash is
dude,
trying to
if you know
stop
what
those
I'm
recall.
saying. Yeah. They ended up getting pretty punished there. Now, neither of these bottom layers had to expend critical summoners after that. And the cleanse is still up for Career here
Kong
with
is here.
with the swap there.
Diablo might be in danger, but Kong doesn't have his ulti yet.
His flash.
오! 네, 날려서 확인 완료. 나 그렇게 해도 이제 용은 뺏긴 거죠. The dragon is gone though, isn't it?
And they're actually just going to get a hook here onto the Seraphine. Kellen, no encore.
Kellen,
He might just
fucking wrong.
have to flash the wall.
There it is, the Nimbus cloak. 근데 방금 그 빈망에 효과가 나온 것 같기도 하고. I mean, Nimbus cloak without it, I think he might have actually just died to the Yone there. 빈망 아니었으면 요네가 끝까지 그냥 쫓아와서 죽였을 듯. DK가 많이 우세해졌다고. 오, 지금 뭔가 직스가 텔포를 활용해서 계속 선턴을 잡는 느낌? 루틸러스랑 같이. 오, absolute disaster, just dance. 진짜.
Lucid.
Vikla is overcommitting as well.
Yeah, should be able to get
Oh,
the kill,
Vikla
though.
does get the
We'll see
trade,
what
but he has to
happens
flash
after
out.
that as he will flash
오,
the
쇼메이커
wall, get
선수가
away.
궁을 안 사용하긴
Spoke too
했습니다.
soon on
쇼메이커
that one,
didn't
as
alter
Flash is
flash
gonna be good
to
over the
chase,
fat wall
so
there to escape.
he's
But
playing
D+,
quite
are really starting to generate some massive advantages here in this game. Now the bad news is that a lot of that is on a Wukong.
I don't want to say
It's not
safe.
gonna be
I think he's
utilizing the
just
gold in a
not
bad way.
overreaching, I
You
guess.
wanted to have it elsewhere.
Korea
But
has to
this
flash
commitment
out.
was a bit bizarre to
Immediately
me
turns
because
it though,
Vikla is so
because
far away
his
and
whole
you're
team
playing
is
into a
there, right?
Wukong. The subject gate was late. Diablo doesn't have mana, and he was not in position to follow up. I think Raptor really just very ambitious with that one. Vikla is at least able to save it and get out here. He doesn't have teleport.
Yeah,
so it's not
Vero,
the
thanks
greatest
for the
for him,
26
but
months for the
at least he picks up
True.
some money, and will maintain a gold lead now over Showmaker. This Ashe, though, is still the biggest
why doesn't it say
problem
3?
for
I want
D+.
2.
And compositionally, if they can get further
They
ahead
should've.
here, maybe the burst will be enough to get through these Seraphine shields, and they may just not care about getting Encored as they move forward with this Yone Wukong.
Yeah.
사람들 뚜벅이 눈물
He's the one who
난다고.
has the biggest gold lead here for D+.
요즘
Has
트런들이
generated
많이
it
안
through the slaying alone,
나오는
that early
이유가
kill,
지금
and the
나오고
30 CS
있나요?
advantage he has
뚜벅뚜벅.
now, 35 CS.
We don't really see
is pretty
Trundle
big,
much
but we'll see what
nowadays.
happens when he joins team fights. Because right now he's also
Because like,
holding
yeah,
the
he
bounty.
was
He
meta,
needs to play
like Rice
carefully
Trundle was
in his
meta
upcoming
last
fights.
year,
I think
but
the Hell fight is going to be the first
this year
real
we haven't really
true
seen
fight
the
we have in
Trundle
this
guys.
game.
Yeah. And it just feels like DK are playing
Haven't really
much
seen
better
the
League of
Trundle.
Legends here in
The
game
champion,
number 2,
just
especially compared to the first game
not the
we
same
had.
as last year.
And this Ashe Seraphine
Okay, there it is. Vikla has no flash. Phase rush happening.
Career's just kind of getting left out
Career.
to dry. Showmaker's like, sorry, buddy. Way more than I expected
와,
in this
이거는
fight.
상대가 잘 노렸다. So they're trying to look for a play there onto the rise. Oh, Seraphine and Trundle were there. Meanwhile, Wukong is mid. Look at that. So down in numbers. Shoemaker has to flash defensively.
His back is interrupted. He cannot farm this wave. The plates are going to get taken out
저게
here.
트런들의
Lucid's coming
강점이죠.
down with his ult
트런들은
coming
그냥
down
막
as
기둥
well, but
세우고
Showmaker doesn't
W
have
깐
his
다음에
own.
그냥
And Showmaker's
막
hesitating to
앞으로
back, but I
달려가면서
think
겁나
I
때리는데
mean, he doesn't want to give this turret. but I'm
스펠이
not sure he can
빠지는
make something of
부분이다.
this. As Kellen's a bit isolated.
Yeah,
Kalen has the flash.
Seraphine
세라핀 죽었는데? 와우.
He just dies. I don't really.
These back timings are kind of bad. Maybe the pros are just a bit nervous. I don't know.
Just back where they wanted, but a lack of respect there from B&K. As now career ghosting. Just to show dominance.
Well, he
I
wanted
suppose.
to potentially grab Raptor here, but I don't think it's going to work out. As now Lucid is.
I mean,
still
you're just
holding
trying to
ultimate.
stack your spellbook.
Asserting
You need to
dominance.
play it slow.
That's why. Swaga, thanks for the 50 months for the pressure. 1 and
push is coming
5.
in,
Welcome
but-
back to the Meeple family.
Bit of chunk damage here on a Showmaker. Is going to hit the Q3, but he's
Appreciate
just
it.
unbinding his way out.
D+ have been so punishing this game. You know, every time you make an overextension or you make a mistake, they are going to find you. They are going to say, well, you were just a little bit greedy with how you played that.
이거
You had the edge,
지금
you had the advantage,
직스로
but we're gonna
굉장히
turn it
기분 좋게
on its
플레이하는
head.
중입니다.
They'll
He's
push
pretty
you into
happy.
that
Look at that
edge
tier
and
stacking
cut
as
you with
well.
it. And
Smash.
B&K do end up
Not about
getting
nullifying the
regained
Ashe
control
Seraphine
of
lane,
bottom side.
like,
That one more plate will actually be
애쉬 세라핀 상대로
first break
이게
here for B&K.
직스가
in
그냥
that bottom lane, so that's going to go over to Vikla. That's going to be a lot of
확실히
gold injected into them. And that
다른
one should even up the
원딜이면은
gold
막
pretty much between these
평타를
two
때려야
squads.
되는데 애쉬 그 직스의 좋은 점이 저런 라인전 빡센 애들 상대로 그냥 딸깍하면은 라인이 지워지니까 굳이 라인에서 막 평타 거리를 안 줘도 된다는 거죠. 애매하게. Career's sad. He's just sad. 아, 노틸이 근데 겁나 구린데? 계속 죽는다 진짜. Notice is such a trash champion. Like, I think the Ziggs picks works. Oh, look at that! Just dead! Aura can't do anything. Uh-oh, Lucid is in trouble now too. Pokemon.
They're considering for sure if they want to continue on this one, but
I think he should be able to drift into the mid lane here.
Yep.
If they tried to stay, he would have been able to disrupt the follow-up fight.
No, like
but now he's just
literally,
gonna get this
Career's
guaranteed
playing Yumi
crash.
game 1.
The
Now
punish
he's
is
playing
so
Nautilus.
difficult. We'll see. Showmaker has ult.
You know what I mean?
he's-
Oh, Raptor's in big
he's
trouble.
a
He
little
just
bit
runs
worried,
out.
did not want to flash there.
Oh, that
Looks like it
shield
just
and
barely came
heals
up
from
right now.
Kaylin was
But he's
super
not gonna
huge.
have to use it.
And just like that,
세라핀이 벌써 근데 연운을 다 쌓았는데? 큰일
the
났다.
lead is gone for D+. And it all starts.
Seraphine's already almost finished stacking the tiers, by the way. She's going Diadem, Halia Diadem, the fucking broken combo. The combo that makes you heal like 50,000 HP.
It's
really broken.
When it comes down here from the Ziggs
헬리아
in this fight, we're just too
왕관
early in the game. And the Aurora
콤보가
is there,
진짜
but he's
개사기인데
alone.
벌써 연운이 다
And it's just
쌓여가지고
like, what can you hope to
확실히
actually
연운
do
쌓는
in
속도가
skirmishes
굉장히
this
빠르네요,
early into
세라핀이.
this draft? Like even when their ults were down, you didn't have full control. Career dies early.
노틸 독박 이니시 조합이라고. 에이, 그래도 요네랑 50이 있는데 독박이라고 하기에는
And BNK
확실히 DK는 그냥 같이 모여가지고 한타를 군콤보 한타를 해야 돼 진짜.
Yeah, we assumed that this.
They just have to group it and they just full set like this, full sentence. Okay, but he's alone. Okay.
Dredge lined, and that just means that Career has to flash. Funny how that works.
Like he's trying to look, but his team is not trying
They
to
seem
look.
be
There's a
very
fucking
back and
problem
forth.
with
It
that.
does feel like BNK, you know, coming back in this game is looking really good for them with the Rise and the Ashe on their team. And nice
Well, we're
amount of
still winning
scaling
lane,
there. But DK, I mean, that was their opportunity to make this game theirs, but not quite, as we're gonna have a fight.
There it
underneath
is,
this one.
flashing
Diablo just
in!
gets blown to smithereens.
Ash was dead! Diablo couldn't do anything, no flash, no nothing. Lucid is in big trouble now though. Oh, Shio's doing so much damage there, also Showmaker early going through!
As Clear is gonna have to pay for their sins.
BFX has to try to retreat together in the bot lane. 이걸 오히려 이걸 오히려 본다고? What the hell? What a good play from BFX! They hide on bush because if they kept running, Aurora was gonna come around. 오로라가 뒤로 돌아가지고 다 잡아 싸먹는 건데 도망을 가다가 멈춰가지고 부시에서 대기? Holy shit! The hide on bush tactic, guys. Hide on bush.
They cannot just simply give this
Beautiful,
Drake
by
up
the way.
and let them get out. It's 3
Seraphine
kills
is
the
doing so much work
opportunity,
already. It's a
but
fucking problem.
unfortunately- Oh, and Smash forced to flash here.
Oh,
Beyond
Root
dead.
Prison into the EQ, phase rush B. Oh man.
Unstoppable. 5-1 on the Rise. He's 2,000 gold.
Remember?
Plus ahead of his opponent.
And in this
The
fight,
KR
he's the one who does
the
majority
KR
of the damage
analyst
as Diablo is collapsed
talking
on
about
here.
the Rise
So much is
earlier.
used to kill the AD carry, and the Renekton, who shows up mid-fight here with tons of fury and is in the back line, is just so incredibly difficult to kill. And even though Vikla's on low health, he is just pumping damage
조금만 더 잘
constantly.
냈으면
And then
어땠을까라는
here the call
아쉬움이
is made.
있긴
Look at the
한데
ult for the-
Guess they should have been a
for Seraphine.
bit more
Kelvin gets it
patient,
at
but
this exact moment. They make the
상대가
call to
피가
hide and
없어가지고
look for the
그만큼
turn to pick up
욕심이
the
나기도
final
했을
kills
거야.
there.
Like
And
they're
that
so
may have
low,
been
man.
the
You're chasing and you're like,
backbreaking
oh, if we won the
moment.
fight,
And
let's
this is
go.
just
And then
insult to injury as Smash gets over
tragedy
the wall, but still
happens.
gets rune prisoned and is taken down as this lead is exploding now for BNK. Double what it was moments ago.
Lucid,
But the
big
match control is
trouble.
real.
Okay.
Lucid in a lot of
W overs the
trouble.
wall. He
Raptors,
actually
that was a
lives.
big
He
bomb
eats
on
onto the minion
Diablo.
too.
And he nearly just dies
He's
straight up
monkey
to
now.
Smash.
Showmaker
Meanwhile,
kills turret,
yeah.
so some of that lead has diminished a little bit here. Good barrier from Diablo keeps him alive.
I feel like this game is on like the knife's edge, like of Yone's sword right now. It's such a thin margin.
But it's every fight that you see is so decisive one way or the other. Every single moment you feel like, okay, this is the control has been given, but then there's an outplay on the other side.
BFX
Or, in
근데
some
진짜
cases,
잘하긴
a bit of an
한다.
overextension.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
see
the Rise has a.
lead
How is
4C
the
was going to
Rise
experience what
5-1
everybody
and the
else was so
2.2k
massive.
lead
Vikla's
into
now
Showmaker
really
Yone?
caught
Like,
up.
how does this even happen,
And
Vikla?
it's just about,
아니, 도대체
you know,
미드에서
what,
무슨 일이
5%,
일어난 거야,
8%
근데?
behind him in experience.
Nearly a full level
아니
ahead
왜냐면은
of
아까 그 보면은
Yone.
요네가 되게 잘하고
Did not
있었거든요.
finish
막 미드에서
the
6레벨
stacks
쏠킬 따고.
on, okay.
근데 지금 또 라이즈가 2000 골드 이상 차이를 내고 있거든요.
Both of their soul laners and
물론
bot
킬을
lane
많이
have
먹긴
TP.
했지만
It's on Vision.
Shoemaker's
I mean,
actually
they
going to
saw
be
this happening.
TPing. They have to go
And he's going to
ASAP.
be used only one of them, notably.
Because they
Well,
get off.
used
They get
one,
off it.
and that stops them from taking the. Well, I say that.
Shiu does commit his anyways.
And now
Okay,
we're
the
gonna
wombo
have the
combo
red
is it
line onto
happening?
the Trundle, the
Oh, there it
arrow,
is! The Yone ulti!
Showmaker goes super
아 근데
deep.
플래시로 또 살아나갔어. 랩터 flashes out and he's actually alive. Oh, but these guys can't flash out. They're all dead. 아, 직스가 너무 취약하다 근데. Ziggs
I mean, at
just
the
not
end of the day,
flash.
these are the types of problems we raised
needs
when
this
we were
W to
looking
get
at these
off.
compositions.
Position
How
wasn't really
difficult
good
it is
for
for
DK,
D+
was
to
it?
be the ones
Shiu
to
had to
come
like
to the
TP
play
top.
and make that
근데
aggressive
시우
move
선수가
when
탑으로
they're
텔포하는
so
순간
heavily
들어오면 안
melee.
됐어 그냥.
It's very
Shiu has to
challenging.
TP
Even
and
the
group
Aurora
if they
who
want to
isn't
fight,
melee has to
but
do
then
so
he
much
TP
upfront
top,
burst
so
at low
immediately
range
BFX
to be
is like, oh
relevant
wait,
in these fights.
Shiu,
There's
the
too many
Aurora
injuries, so
cannot
the
be
burst
here.
is
He just used
not
his
as
TP,
strong as
he
it
used the
otherwise
top.
could be
It's a
in this
4v5,
game.
let's fucking go.
So,
Let's
like,
fight,
watch
fight,
this
fight, fight,
break
fight, fight.
out. D+ are
그러니까 여기에서 탑으로 텔포타는 오로라라서 그 커리어 선수가 그랩을 하면 안 됐습니다. So Career shouldn't have grabbed, and it looks like a really nice ulti from Showmaker, but it's a 4v5. So everyone has just supposed to fucking run, but they can't, right?
Holds his ultimate. He's like, I'm just gonna make sure the fact that I don't ult
Kind of a
means that
mistake coming through from
Showmaker's the
Knowles.
only ones going in.
But
Now
it's
they're split
also
up.
like Showmaker
And he used it to
also
clean up
trying
the
to
kill there at
ulti,
the
trying to
end,
save the
but
play,
there was just
but
no
good
real
flash from
angle
Raptor as
for
well.
D+,
So
no
well played by
opportunity for Shiu
BFX.
to make a big play. And if fights keep going like this, the lead will continue to grow. 40 seconds until this next dragon. And
Oh man, this one's looking rough again for DK, but we all knew that BFX comp just looked better from drafts. BFX 조합이 그냥 시작부터 근데 시작부터 너무 좋아 보이긴 했습니다.
It's going to hex gate out instead. If BNK get this, the amount of control they buy on the map is insane. This
그러니까
Trundle
제일
has a
힘든 건
frozen heart.
레넥톤인데 이 오로라가 지금 힘을 he's trying to look for a pick. But he's on vision again. Every time. These wards are costing games for DK. Like Lucid last game got caught exact same, like similar way, right? 이게 그 와드가 되게 너무 잘 돼 있어 BFX가. 이거 그냥 해야 되긴 하는데. The wombo combo, there it is! Oh my gosh, the monkey going in! Oh, he doesn't have damage for Diablo. Okay, they do get to clear. Look at that, Smash is actually doing damage. 직스가 근데 생각보다 딜을 많이 넣고 있습니다 지금. This is actually doing a lot of damage now. That was a very nice play. They did save the Baron from DK. Not too bad.
Dragon on the cards for D+ and
D+ 기어! 아직 살아남았습니다. 그러니까 이게 시우 선수는 여기 와드가 없는 줄 알고 이렇게 있는 건데. So Shiu was trying to be sneaky here, waiting for enemy team to kind of push up in lane and then try to look for a play. But it was warded. So honestly, even if they lose or win, it doesn't matter. But after this game, they probably have to talk about these wards, man. They have to grab pink wards and make sure things are not warded when they're gonna try to go for sneaky plays like that. BFX looks like they're also better at like vision, but they're also good at like hiding and being sneaky. Remember the bot bush, right?
They're going so
Oh, that was a nice sobbing for Smash. It looked like he was... Vikla is in big trouble. Does he have Zonia's? No, he doesn't have Zonia's. Goes down. Holy moly, Dyer. Good catch. BFX has to retreat and give the dragon. 용 줘야 되고요, 이러면은 4대5인데 안 되지. 바론으로 달리나요? Do they go to the Baron? I don't think they can do it. The Baron's kind of slow.
So forced.
I mean, he's getting caught, Vikla. He's ahead, but like...
is digging into BNK now, as this is just
Showmaker. The Q3 connecting, boom.
as he aggressively tries to look for the 1v1 against Shiu, which is ultimately a 1v5.
너무너무 맛있는 킬이 들어왔고요, 유네한테.
And all of D+ were right there.
Yeah, I can understand, you know, Vic,
잘
like,
큰
he feels extremely
라이즈였거든.
strong. He had Actualizer as well before he died. And he's like, I will blow anyone up that
오,
tries to
2000 골드
fake check me.
이상이었는데
But
차이가 지금 900 골드로 좁혀들었습니다.
It
It was like a 2k lead for Rise, and now Rise is only up like 800 gold. Damn.
If I kill one person,
So that death was actually very costly for BFX, especially to Vikla.
to get his ult back up, and
or even chunk one person out, you know.
but it just doesn't. It didn't work that way. They weren't close enough to help bail him out of that. It's just a misjudgment. And Baron is still not taken, right? Dragon goes over to D+. We're 2 Drakes apiece. I think the issues compositionally that we've talked about so much this game still exists for D+, but they've kept the game interesting. This Wukong has been the biggest threat so far for Diablo, who's getting stronger by the moment, has IE, as his third item.
Yeah, I mean, the Ziggs as well. Like, we haven't talked too much about Smash, especially when he's aggressively satcheling and then just dying immediately. Not too much to talk about there, but when he hits his ults onto these people, like, they're all squishy enough. Like, you don't want to hit the Renekton, but that amount of burst damage with the rest of the comp might just be enough. Lucid is spotted. He's just going to go right on in because he doesn't have anywhere
Wait a
else to
second,
go.
the Mikhail is saving Lucid. Oh, Smash was dead, and Lucid's gonna die as well. Remworm from Rise.
And that is what
GG.
Vikla is capable of on this pick when he is very bad. It's
Game
now gonna
3,
go
here we
on
go.
in the stun, and
Showmaker's trying to save the game, but he's dead.
He misses
와,
entirely.
그냥 한 번에 무너져 내리네, 그냥.
Meanwhile, Shiu trying to 1v1 Vikla. I don't know about that one, buddy.
Disaster.
As the map is falling apart for DK.
It might be a
and maybe now
3-0
they
today,
can
guys.
take the
I don't know if
Baron.
DK can actually come back
There's
from
just no one to
this.
stop them. And I'm not sold on that Lucid flank there. because
오늘
you're playing
3대0,
into this comp.
3대0인 것 같기도 한데 아니 BFX가 진짜 개잘한다. The thing is, BFX is good as a team. It's not just like, oh, this person is so much better than the other person. It's like the teamwork and the vision control and the macro, like everything is just better. Their group more, they're working together more. DK looks so split here. D+ 기아는 뭔가 서로 팀업이 조금 왔다 갔다 하는 그런 느낌이긴 합니다. 지금.
Diablo just sidesteps, but even if he gets the kill here,
네, 시우 선수가 탑에 텔포했을 때 그때 막 들어가는 거랑 방금도 되게 막 상황 구도가 잡히지 않은 상태에서
230 on that, and the power play is ticking. BNK have pushed
그만큼
themselves up to a
BFX
4K lead here.
굉장히 날카로운
They're
모습이고요.
looking to really
BFX
squeeze D+
just really punishing, you know?
Game.
Yeah, they definitely have the tools to do so. It was really unfortunate to watch Smash in that last fight. He's trying to follow up on this very like ragtag forced engage from the team, from Lucid, trying to get that flank, and then he just runs straight into Rise, not realizing it. Like he's got his map, he's got his vision on Lucid, and he just runs straight into Rise and dies. Like it's
커리어님 한번 울고 오면 안 되냐고.
big mistakes like that that are going to
또
get you in trouble.
깨어나요.
Obviously, Rise can be difficult to get away from.
주인공들이 항상 막 울면서 그게 딱 그 레벨업을 하거든요. T1 상대로도 바로 그냥 페페 승승승 막.
Not too worried about getting dredge-lined as Vikla does insane amounts of damage to turrets as
아니,
well,
근데
and has
진짜
this Baron buff on his side.
BFX
They're just winning all three parts of this in the 1-3, so to
그냥 뭔가
speak, here with the two-man in
조합부터
bottom lane.
지고 들어가는 느낌이긴 했어도 이번 판 끝나고 이제 피즈 시즈백이 또 이제 들어갈 듯 합니다. CB Max is probably gonna talk about a bunch of things here. I mean, even I can see that there's some problems here.
The vision game again for B&K is just.
그러니까 라이즈를 왜 준 건지 아니 바루스를 주고 라이즈를 주고 이게 진짜 상대팀한테 다 줘. Like they're giving over Varus, they're giving over Rise. Like why are they doing that? You know? Oh my gosh, what a beautiful flash coming through from Diablo. But they do take it out. Look at these flanking TP from Shiu. There he is. Oh, but Vikla has his own, yeah. Vikla's such a... Okay, wait, Raptor's gonna dance! Raptor's dance! A little bit of a throw coming through from BFX. 이러면은 막아낸 것 같기도 하고요. Look at that. They stopped it. Shiu's no inhibitor was broken for the bear.
Diablo's flash feels like it's the last potentially tense moment in this game.
So look at that, the Norlis ulti was supposed to be comboed by Yone ulti, but it didn't happen, did it?
And Vikla, yes, he roll into practically the fountain in this one, but he has Zhonya's. It doesn't matter. Clear is so big.
이게 너무 깊었는데 근데? It was so deep, by the way. They don't even have minions. 미니언도 없는데 너무 깊이 들어갔다 이거.
And this is just a compositional difference, I think, with less tools here, less peel.
딕스가 근데 3코어가 나왔죠? 3 items for 6.
Like this would have gotten them punished way more severely.
I mean,
they can kind of just do whatever they want.
Decisive is gonna start doing some massive damage.
There's too many outs. There's too many freebies.
Yes, very strong, but also has no flash now. You just point and click on her now. 애쉬가 지금 그 플래시가 없긴 하거든요. 4코어긴 해도. 그러니까 노틸러스도 있고 뭐 50, 오로라 뭐 많지 요네도 그렇고. Give the dragon and try to look for another catch here for DK.
You don't get to like play team fights on your own pace. Like DK, I feel like have been lucky and they've been proactive at least in the early to mid parts of the game to make some plays. But the second B&K kind of lock things down, they play a little bit safer and they, get a lead. It just feels almost impossible. There's no flank angle for Lucid. Showmaker's running in a straight line at them. By the way, 3 levels behind Vikla right now. So the Yone's not really having any angle. And yeah, you got like a nice flank in the last one. And honestly, the fight was closer than I thought it was going to be, but they also dove the turret. So again, it didn't have to be like that. And I think B&K, after that happened, are playing a little bit more respectfully now.
Yes.
At least they haven't dove any turrets in the last 2 minutes. So
there's no Baron buff. There is no objective.
I mean, if you just leave the game to
Wait, where did he...
give some time, I guess. The Yone is down 40k gold again? Like, what is even going on? 아니, 근데 미드에서 빅나 선수가 또 4,000 골드를 리드하고 있습니다. 4,000 gold lead for Vikla again. It was 2,000 earlier and they went down because he threw it. We didn't really throw it, but he like got caught out. Now he's back to 4k. Absolutely insane, by the way. How does that even happen though? I don't get it.
And make sure that D+ can't get
I mean,
back into the game.
he's up like what, 40 CS and 7 kills, I guess.
Well, our Ziggs is getting stronger, right? Our Yone is massively behind, but that means less and less every 5 minutes that passes.
Yeah.
And you just have to hope that B&K mess up this Baron. You can get that punish here. You can slow the Baron down, buy more time. The inhibitor's
근데
up
이거
to 2.5.
BFX도 애쉬 전면 뜨고 한타하려고 하는 것 같은데. So BFX also waiting around for the Baron to respawn. 30 seconds from now.
However,
And then they're also going to make sure that the Ashe has flash before they fight.
means that they can give this one more
애쉬 풀이 굉장히 중요할 것 같죠? 다음
He's going to
한타.
have his flash relatively soon, and he has GA. So between him and the burst follow-up that this draft does have, if they are not respectful, again, B&K could toss
양팀
this game
풀스펠
away.
나온다고.
I wouldn't
맞아.
predict it.
직스도
In fact,
플래시 돌죠.
it's hard to imagine
Ziggs
it.
and Norlis and everybody else also gonna flash out.
Yeah. Always hope until the Nexus
Ooh,
explodes.
this
We learned
next
that,
5v5 gonna
multiple
decide the game,
times,
guys.
Even in this exact LCK Cup.
Most of the goal lead is on
multiple
Rise.
teams, as they're going to try to
Oh
arrow
my.
into SU, but just a little bit faster than Diablo expected.
If that connected, that might have been a bit GG,
Luckily for him,
guys.
he's level 16, and that arrow
Good
will
dodge
be
from
back pretty
Shiru.
quickly.
Good dodge.
As Lucid, again, he's the main character here in terms of setup engagement. They're just going to jump over the pit
Run
wall.
warp into
and
the
start the Baron. They have
Baron.
so much
Look at this
vision.
damage.
Lucid, are you gonna
It's already
steal
like
it
that
again?
bomb, and
루시드
Lucid's
선수가
like, well,
근데 T1 상대로
maybe I can
8번을
get
스틸했거든요.
past the Renekton. There's the root, there's the
가,
Baron. Goes over
바론
to
just
BK.
married the
And they passed
Baron.
the patience test I
바론
was
죽는
talking about.
속도를
They played it well,
보세요.
they played aggressively, they found their angle, they get the Baron
Look
with
how
no
fast it
risk.
melts
They
it.
made it a
It literally
zero-risk
just-
Baron. And that doesn't say B&K if you think about previous
Just popped
years with
it.
this squad, but here in 2026,
Yeah.
this team knows how to macro. They know how to play the vision game. They know how to play patient and
BFX
measured
is like
when it's required
Clean
of them.
though.
And that's exactly what they did. Is there
That
is no
realm warp
cross-map,
into
there
the
is no
Baron was so
cross-play
clean.
here. There's no dragon to tie us up 3-3 here for D+. They just have to let that Baron
아니
go
근데
and
BFX
get
진짜
ready to defend
잘하는데.
it.
Yeah.
BFX.
The Baron push will come in, and I think this time.
The crazy thing is, like, no matter how good BFX is, like,
so gotta be careful about that. But and also that don't run
like
straight into
DK,
the
come
Ziggs
on,
bomb,
like, you can
but
win the game.
You can
I
still
believe.
siege until the dragon comes up, and then try to get Hextech Soul and
3-0
win the game off
today
of that.
ain't no way.
That should be the safest way to lock this one down. And for D+K, I mean, again, you're going to have to rely on flanks. I would imagine with the TPs coming in, they have a lot of flank boards, even on the bottom side of the map. And besides that, I don't really see a good angle. Vikla going to take a bunch of damage, but runs straight up to the soul and says, I will take you down! Flashes
Oh my
in.
goodness, bro. Vikla, the solo bolo showmaker in the fucking Nexus
Tower.
towers.
Will fall. And maybe the third to follow as well. Maybe they say, well, we don't even need to play around the dragon.
아니 근데 미드가 이렇게까지
They have so
밀리는
many
거는
Baron, cannon minions.
큰일
It's just
났는데요.
an insane siege. It's clear
어, 오늘
so much
쇼메이커 선수가
space.
근데
And I
폼이
think
첫
B&K
세트
are
아지르도
going
그렇고
up to
나쁘지
match point
않았는데
here. Valdez, a very
확실히
dominant
나이지가
start to the
예,
series.
시간만
Looking
주면은
fantastic so far in the first couple of wins. Not very close.
I don't know, I didn't feel like Shoemaker was playing that bad
But he
though.
will not get the game. It's 2-0.
He just got outscaled.
Let's go to B&K BRX.
BFX
They want a ticket to
2-0.
Brazil. And they want a ticket to get revenge against Genji.
Yeah, they're just one
And
game
despite
away. Game point,
Showmaker
guys.
getting her
Oh,
smash
Vikla
top
is
damage
so
in the
weird,
game,
man. He just
but
gets
none of it
so
is
he
very
literally just
impactful. None of it
dies
leads to the eliminations
level
they need.
6, and then he
Basically
just runs away with the
spam
game,
bombs
and then he
onto
just
BK,
gets
who
caught
like,
out
"I'm shielding
randomly,
that, and I'm running
and then
towards you,
loses
I
all
don't
his
care.
goal
You
lead,
don't
and then he
have
goes back to
consistent
having like a
damage.
massive
Showmaker
lead
is unable to play
again.
the game.
Vikla is a fucking
And they played
monster.
around this Yone incredibly well.
빅나
We need
선수가
to
진짜
see better
괴물이야,
drafting
괴물.
here from D+.
아니 그 6렙에 그냥 죽은 다음에 그냥 뭔가
뭔가
어떻게 리드를 좀 하다가 그 다음에 막 오 잘렸는데 그 리드 다 잃어버린 다음에 다시 4,000 골드 리드를 다시 어떻게 What is even going on, man? 남아있는 거 중에 근데 우리아나는 절대 안 된다고 변해버리고 오 쇼메이커 actually banning TF instead 투패를 밴하네
Rumble will stay banned. Twisted Fate
Vi's
also
banned,
taken away
okay.
from Vikla.
I think that's fair, especially from the first pick side.
Are they gonna be
But
banning
does mean they're
top
going to be looking for
lane?
one of these picks. I do wonder
I
which one
wonder.
it will be. Pantheon's still left up so
Pantheon
far.
is open,
Poppy
Gwen
as
is
well was
open,
banned,
Lucian,
and Bessa.
oh wow.
And
Lucian. That's a great ban, though, I think, into Diablo. And one that I think D+ may have to go for the rest of the series, unless they want to put Smash on the
Galio
same pick.
incoming!
It's just such a strong
Yeah.
pick for him, and
I
he
mean
has
maybe,
worked so many games
Nocturne
for it.
Galio.
And once
But I think
again,
we're gonna have like an
3 in a
ADC
row,
pick
the
here.
MS will be
Yunara
taken
or
away
like
here
something,
from
I don't know.
Shiu and Lucid.
유나라가 근데 진짜
you
많이
chose
떨어져
first pick.
나갔다. 요즘 안 나오죠?
You opted
We haven't
into
really
it.
seen Yunara that much
What will
nowadays.
that first pick be.
Pantheon is
Obvious here
open.
in the last
Wow,
two games.
that is a very
Because
yummy
yes, you have
pick for Lucid
Pantheon,
here.
And it is the highest tier jungle
판테온이
that's left, but
진짜
you don't
진짜
have
1티어
the
중에
Talia
1티어
anymore. You
정글
don't have the
지금.
rise. You don't have that strong global rotation
Best of the
power
best
with
jungle
this Pantheon.
champion,
It's still
and
strong
there's
in
not
its
that
own
many
right,
AD junglers left.
but not as strong as
There's
it
a
was
Yunara,
earlier
there
in the
it
draft.
is.
And now the Yunara will just go over
And
return
the
to maybe let's grab a
Lulu! That's
with
kind
it,
of a
Valdez.
good pick
But
for
I
Kaylin.
worry
Kaylin's very good at
already
util support,
boy.
but
for D+
also
when I
a
see
deny
this
on
duo on the
career.
other side.
One of his
It's
best
very difficult
champions
because there was
is the
just so much
Lulu.
left up. I mean, even Poppy's
Yeah.
available if
네,
BK
룰루가
would play
근데
that a
코리아
little bit later on
선수
if
시그니처
BK
챔피언
overcommits
중에
into
하나라서
aggression, which,
진화의
you
용도도
know, they
있죠.
might just be
근데
able to
여기서
do here with the
콜키
Pantheon.
나미?
Nico,
콜키
right? Like,
나미
that's the
maybe.
only
콜키
option.
나미.
You've got to slam that down. And you're going to have to trust Career is going to pull it off here. It is so incredibly difficult if you fall behind. They're going to go for the Nami instead.
I mean,
This is
what
a career
junglers are
favorite.
there?
He has 100% win rate on
정글이
Aftershock
남은 게
Nami as
근데
well.
뭐가 있지?
But it is
Xiao's gone,
a-
Wukong's gone.
it is
Oh
a
my gosh,
very,
from
very
Nocturne.
tall task to come back in
I
this
don't
game if you fall
know. I
behind
like
this
D
lane.
plus Gia's comp so much
And
better.
Nocturne, an
So
unusual
far,
pick
at
in this
least.
scenario, but we'll be able to match global.
The Lulu
the
art is
Pantheon.
gonna be
It can also mess
interrupting
up
the
a lot of the
Pantheon.
setup that D+ are going to be looking
판테온
for.
W 막 이렇게 박는 거를 룰루공으로 딱 끊으면서
So it does make
견이도
sense.
시키고
Yeah, I think
판테온이
it's a
좀
good
룰루
call.
상대로
You
안
wanna
좋은
be
느낌이
just
있긴
going
합니다.
forward.
룰루가 잘만
You know, like you
하면은
would play a Zeri comp, you just want to
Lulu can
essentially
single-handedly
take the
win the
aggression
game
off
though.
of the
This
Yunara
champion is
here.
fucking busted.
As now we're gonna have the Gwen band away. That was hovered last game, but we did not see it into the Renekton, so the Aurora instead. So
Oh,
still
there's a
left up
Gwen.
here in game 3.
I'd almost rather see D+ just
Can't let you have it
extreme
again.
simplification of this draft.
More
They got
bans
the
in the
Ahri. I
mid
was
lane.
thinking, maybe you just go Ahri yourself. Maybe you go Camille.
Are they gonna go
You
like a
just say,
Kali
I'm
or
not gonna
something?
let
I don't
Diablo
know.
play the game. We're playing a dive
Vikla
top. Corki's gonna
loves the
Valkyrie
Kali
on the-
pick.
on the follow
You
when
never
the
know.
ult comes through from the Pantheon. Because this is Diablo we're talking about here. Next to Ruler, nobody has really been able to do what this guy has done on this pick.
아칼리를 오히려
Given
밴을. Wow, they're
advantages.
actually banning
Smash has had
Akali
his own fair
instead.
share of games with this pick this way, but guess what? He's not piloting it here in game 3. The cannon is removed,
Cannon's banned. Everything is banned.
and
남아있는
if you
거
go
뭐
for
있지?
front lane, you
오른?
just try to go
There's
toe-to-toe with this
Orin.
Corki. Just not going to be able to match the damage
갈리오?
output, so
There's Galio.
creativity,
You
I
should
think,
just
will be
pick it here,
required here
Vikla.
for D+, but they don't have the counter
갈리오를
pick.
픽하면
Because
근데
they opted
블라인드
for first pick.
갈리오긴
The Pantheon they
한데
got is great, but
blind picking Galio maybe not the
now
best.
it's up to D+, or rather
You
up
could
to
blind
BNK
pick
what
like
they wanna pick here
Orin.
first, and I think mid
I don't know.
blind
Zoe.
is probably the safer option.
More damage.
Zoe
I kind of like this
Nocturne
better.
looks to be the play here for the side of BNK.
Showmaker could also play Zoe too.
And
Okay, never mind.
It
Okay,
gets
Cassante.
swapped to Cassante.
Okay, I kind of like Cassante better
So
than
blind
Orin.
Cassante coming in here for clear.
Blind Cassante, because
Zoe
Nar is already gone
could be
by the
powerful
way.
here for
나르가
Showmaker.
이미
Even
픽이 돼 있는 상태라서 탑에서도 챔프가 많이 없거든요. Gwen's also banned out, Cannon's banned out, Rumble's banned.
To find some way to kill this Yunara. More engage is always going
Oh,
to be
there it
better.
is. Showmaker Zoe.
The Zoe is going to be what they opt for. They take it away.
조이
At
괜찮은
least
거
that's
같기도
the
한데. I
expectation
mean,
here as the
Zoe
lock comes
bubble,
through.
Mikhail's boom.
Yeah, and it gets a big cheer from the fans. They would love to see Showmaker Zoe, and they are going to get it.
미드 정글 힘은 센데
Vikla
이제
Play a
가면
scaling
갈수록 조이가 좀
carry
힘을
is the
못
question as the Jax comes through here.
못 보여줄 수도
Something like a
있습니다.
Victor or even like a
미카엘이
Mel
나오고 뭐
doesn't feel out
이러면은
of the question here in this draft. Can be quite strong.
Like Galio.
Can play Galio to further the
하지만 이미
protection
쇼메이커
on the
선수가
clear
65,000 딜의
as
조이를
Diablo
보여줬죠.
It's 1v9 Diablo
그때
time.
DK가 DNS
which has often
상대로
been a pretty safe
게임을
bet.
이긴 판이었는데
Yeah, you got the Nocturne as well.
That is a
Syndra,
crazy
though,
champion.
Instead,
This is what I thought Showmaker
Syndra
would do.
is a
had
crazy
he
champion,
chosen
but
this pick
definitely
instead
does
of the
counter the
Cassante.
Zoe, doesn't
A little
it?
bit surprised to see the tables turn on this one because this feels
신드라가
highly
조이
unnecessary
상대로
for the draft here
조이가
of
막
BNK.
그 궁
But this
사용해서
does neither
Q 쓰고 막
when you
이러잖아요.
and I
거기에다가
went on to
EQ
two
막
sides of the coin of games
룰루
in
유나라도
both of our
굉장히
first two
세거든요.
games.
라인전이
And
라인전만
so,
안
for the
무너지면
first
될 것
time in
같아요.
the series, with this Syndra
그렇게
pick, I
남의
thought up
입장에서.
until that moment, I really liked the draft better for BNK.
well, BNK just
둘 다
shutting them
fighting.
out so far.
When I think about side lane champions that are really, really powerful to play through with a Nocturne that can shadow them,
부시
Cassante
먹어버렸고요.
and Syndra are absolutely not on that
걔는
list.
probably started EL
They're
move.
not the ones you think. They're not the ones that come to mind. As coming to mind down
오,
here is a
서로
heal
힐
trade
교환.
and a
또
strong
the
level
booster
1
from
for
heal,
BNK.
allowing him to hit the
Yeah,
empowered
I'm a
Q
huge
auto
fan of
attack
Lulu
onto the
nowadays.
Nami.
I feel like it goes with pretty much anything.
딜 교환
and
이겼습니다.
especially with
이러면은
hyper
룰루
carries.
유나라.
When Karma's gone, You can just be
Career
so
just hustle
aggressive,
shots.
so annoying, and you have Diablo on your team.
큰일
I think
났다.
Smash and Career are being out-traded big time
The
so
one
far.
weakness of Yunara level 1 is that it takes a few auto attacks to charge the Q. But if you actually have the heal to push in and start those trades faster, and the Lulu has more damage throughput, you'll always win that exchange. You'll be able to force barrier, and you'll get your Q online so you can continue the extended trade. And Corki will never be able to
Okay,
match
not
the
too bad.
damage,
They have the
even
sustain,
with
though.
career here. And so Diablo and Talon play this
그래도
aggressively.
힐이
They
있기
understand the
때문에
tempo
체력을
well,
좀 채울 수
and they will get
있습니다.
level 2
집 갈
first and
정도는
control
아니야.
this wave.
Yeah,
바텀
not too
터졌다고
surprising, but the way the trades went
아니 그러니까 룰루가 진짜 개덕이라니까. 저 챔프 진짜 너프 해야 돼. 너프 했는데도 더 해야 돼 솔직히. The Lulu is fucking boss the champion, bro. Oh, good Q3 from Clear to dodge out from the E as well.
I feel like the Cassante early on
I mean, there's no solo bolo at least, but like that bot lane, oof, looking rough, guys. Raptor is in the jungle.
Raptor is here.
Lucid might be in trouble if he like tries to do the blue too much. Just going straight into the. Oh, that is an early gag. Oh, Kaylin is in such a big trouble. Oh my gosh. That's actually not too bad for Nami because Career is gonna build building in Pure Monday. 이러면 또 이제 서폿이 죽어 있는 상태에서 좁혀가지고 랩터 선수가 지금 비상이거든요. It's gonna flash, but then Showmaker gonna pick up the flash here.
And he will be okay.
Just a complete. I mean, I don't want to call it unlucky,
What a gang
but
from Lucid, by the way.
misread
그러니까
perhaps is
오히려
the easier way to
정글에서
cast or explain this
랩터
situation,
선수가
because
정글을 들어갔기
Raptor is
때문에
trying to
바텀이
utilize the
더욱더
prio in
세게
this
한
2v2 lane
거거든요.
that we
So
talked
because the
about so
Nocturne
much
is
already,
invading,
how
my
powerful
jungle is
the Lulu
invading.
early
That's
to
why
try to
the
then steal
Lulu
basic
and
camps.
Yunara were so far up and
Unfortunately
being
for
so
him,
aggressive here,
he's hoping
right?
that it's multifaceted. He comes over here, sees
Yeah,
if the Pantheon
because
is
of
bottom side,
Nocturne
and he tries to take the
is
wolves
in the
away.
fucking
Instead,
jungle.
he misses Lucid,
And he
has
don't see the
no
Pantheon, so
idea,
now
and
you're
his
confused. You're like,
overextension
what the
here
hell?
ends
Why
up
is this
being
Pantheon
a
here?
huge problem. Tries to make something of it. Will trade his flash
You
there
know what I
in
mean?
the end. With Nocturne early game,
룰루
definitely a little
입장도
weaker than
억울합니다,
Pantheons, and I
이러면.
think they should have at
그냥
least
이거는
put a
판테온이
ward
개잘한
down right
거라서
there
the Pantheon
on
just
his
played
way
really
over
well.
to the
It wasn't
Raptor
really a
camp, as
mistake
they
from
do end up
BFX.
getting caught basically in
The
their
invade
blind
also
spot
makes
there
sense
in
because
the
your
bottom
bot lane had priority.
Yeah,
I think the
very
only thing is like
interesting way
maybe
to
you
start it
needed like a
off.
ward to
Career
actually
gonna
scout
try
out the
hits,
Pantheon because they didn't have
first
any
item
wards
a
at
little
all.
bit quicker with that
So
first
that
blood
could be
pull that he
it.
did pick up. He's not exactly been having the happiest gaming so far. Took a lot of deaths on the Nautilus, which
그러니까
again,
이거는
it was Nautilus and
정말
a half
코르키
Seraphine,
나미가
like,
정말 너무너무
and
기분이
eventually
좋죠.
when you fall
이러면
behind, you're the guy
코르키 나미 gonna be
who's
so
dying.
happy.
So I don't really feel
Alleviate
like
that
that was his fault,
pressure
but I
from
do
the
worry
bot
for
lane a little
his
bit.
mental state. As we know, Career can
나미
struggle
킬이
with
근데
that
오히려
from time to
제국이
time.
빨리 나와서
I don't
나미가
think you should take it too
본체거든요.
personally.
코르키 나미, 루션 나미
from
이런
the first
거에서.
couple games, but they need him to be playing good League of Legends.
Wait, Kaylin might be in trouble. Oh my gosh, that flash. Uh-oh, Smash is in trouble now. Barrier and heal used by both.
Yeah, Kellen gets his heal back online, so that's a little bit of extra
Kinda
health.
crazy, guys.
Slurko comes in. Career
W connected.
in a lot of trouble.
Oh,
No
the slow.
subs. Couple more
attack.
autos could do it. Flash forward and Diablo, seeing blood in the water, picks up a kill for himself.
The Yunara damage output is just so insane. They almost had enough to take Kellen out there, but his heal comes back, and the turnaround on the second Q is there for Diablo.
멸망입니다, 바텀. 정글이 잘 맞았는데도 이렇게 되면은 진짜 큰일 난 거죠. I mean, the Pantheon, yes, helped them, but like the 2v2 losing like this is so tragic. Kaylin baits that flash there was so crucial, by the way. 이게 나미가 플래시를 쓰는 게 좀 너무 아쉬운데? 나미 flashing in, like, what do you mean?
Smash without barrier cannot actually compete.
뭐
If he steps up,
감전
he
바드도
will lose
아니고
the
딜이
trade,
안
and Career
나오거든요,
is
이게.
isolated.
He didn't have enough
Traffic
damage to
still
actually
after
kill
music,
Lulu
but that slow
anyways.
coming down.
So I'm not exactly
His
sure
life
why
is
he flashed
over.
there.
The Nami there. Career. His first death of the game in this one. Back to Vikla here.
You would think
The
he's
laning
like
phase
fucking
has
playing
been
Syndra
pretty stable.
support or some shit.
You know, we
Well,
haven't had
not
that
even
first
Syndra
dragon
support,
just
like,
yet,
I don't
so
even
we'll see
know.
what happens, as that's kind
Playing
of been the
something that
struggle
actually
for him
does
so
damage
far
on
this
it.
game.
Yeah. Those first dragons,
For this series, I should say.
yeah, they've been a big factor.
I thought the
terms
Corki
of
flashed for a
getting
second.
those,
Then I'm
drinks
watching the
going.
replay, I'm like, wait, the
Especially for
Nami
game number
flash?
one, felt like a lot of oppression. Game number two, a
Oh,
little bit
no.
less, because they were just so far
Corki
ahead.
flashing makes sense because
But,
Corki would have had enough damage to
Either
actually
way,
kill the
gonna feel
Lulu.
good for DK to be able to
But he
pick that
didn't,
one
because,
up
you know,
as you
flashing
just
for
get
support is
traded
just not
against. He's
worth
doing a
for the
great job
ADC
here
most
in
of the
top
time.
lane. Getting ahead here on this Jack's gonna feel very good, as Lucid will pick up the straight.
신드라 그 상태는 그냥 숨만 쉬어도 게임에 이겨있는 건가? 그 정도까지는 아닌가라고 하지만 바텀이 좀 벌써 600골드 차이가 나는데 원딜이? ADC is down 600 gold already. The Corki.
And so a lot of confidence again for him to pull this out in a series like this again without having a lot of success on it. Similar to
Okay, when Showmaker's cooking, wait, not too
many
bad.
series
Half
ago that he
HP.
pulled out to find great success there.
Showmaker,
And the
Showmaker.
upset win over T1. So Vikla, I think, really trying to get out of his shell a little bit here.
Come on, Showmaker.
Push
You gotta
the
cook it.
boundary. Speaking of, woohoo.
Gotta be very careful. If that hits, I mean, there is kill pressure, and maybe Raptor has to come on over, but he's not even level 6. So, getting a little bit frisky, as Vikla has been this entire day. It's gonna be a plate going over to Showmaker.
He needs that.
Who does have vision
Showmaker going
nearby
for the mana. Okay,
protection,
okay.
Gets the crab, gets level 6, picks it up first.
That win rate was 40, just to contextualize. I'm not saying he's sitting at like a 70%. 40%.
Okay.
So.
Raptor,
Level 6! Gonna be point and clicking on Nami! No flash by the way! Nami 지금 노플이거든요! 나미한테 그냥 누르면 나미 죽어요! Nami gonna die if he just point and clicks on it. Nami's super far back though. 나미가 근데 그거를 알고 겁나 뒤에 서 있긴 합니다.
It's smart from career to stay as far back as
So
possible.
far
They need to
back.
know the timing. Lucid just hit 6.
진짜 뒤에 있긴 한데 라인이 정말 안 좋은 상황인데요. The wave is so bad though, so Nami's standing so far back. He knows he's gonna die immediately if he steps out.
Reach that far. They are playing this so patiently, but ultimately do just decide to back away.
녹턴 노리는 거 다 아는 거지. 6렙 타이밍이라고 콜이 나오겠죠. 이 판테온 궁도 날아올 수 있기 때문에 살짝 녹턴도 상대가 안 해 이러면서. So they're also worried about the Pantheon ulting as well. So Nocturne decides to not go in yet. Grabs the Crocs. He might be going in now. Pantheon is in range to ult the counter gank though. 근데 이게 너무 무리를 시간을 많이 쓰고 있거든요. So Raptor actually wasted so much time here. There he is! Pointing clicking! The ulti! Nami's just dead! There is a Pantheon, but too little too late, Mr. Lucid. You have to fucking run!
And even gonna push Smash back just a little bit for good measure.
와, 판테온도 망했네 진짜.
Now we have burst coming in. Showmaker wants
Oh,
to
he's gonna pick up the cars! There it
as the
is!
Q comes down and Showmaker doesn't quite have the pressure. Kellen getting in. He wants to kill, but it goes
Disaster.
over Raptor instead.
Disaster.
And Smash
Disaster.
will follow.
Smash does have barrier, he could try to bait it, but so does Diablo.
This one up as the Q comes down, and actually I think he does get away.
He's gonna live here because they just ran out of buttons. Everyone's too low. He could pick up a triple if they want to
Showmaker
push.
is like winning his lane, but he's not even like.
As Career still doesn't have level 6, so he'd love to toss it in.
Oh my gosh, Career, come on, man. You gotta wake up.
The dominoes.
They're so good at like hiding a bush. They're so low. 피가 없으니까 이게 좀 막 이게 앞으로 몸이 쏠리는 거거든요. 아까도 막 쫓아가다가 피 없으니까. 근데 갑자기 부시에서 기습을 해버리면 피 없어도 상관없어. 그냥 한 명이 터지고 시작하니까. 그렇게 상태도 안 잡고.
They step forward because like, okay, Lucid now is an ult range.
Nami's gonna die for next ulti now. Nami has to flash again.
The irony is because he's here, he's actually now an extra liability.
Yeah.
And they almost turn this into a triple here in the bottom side as he tries to shadow the bottom lane. Obviously that all-in does happen in mid, but
so
good to hear Lucid tries to channel it back. His burst down. And then Smash, luckily for him, is able to survive here. Very, very low on health.
Smash could have flashed in and killed Caitlyn, but he would have died, right? So he actually chose surviving over that because that wave is so fucking huge. If he survives, he can grab the whole wave. If he's dead, he can't. So the kill is actually not important compared to that wave, XP and gold. 웨이브를 받아먹는 게 룰루 같은 거 잡는 거보다 훨씬 중요하기 때문에 살아남는 거가 중요했죠. Shiu is hammering down on the top tower, clear, doing a little damage though.
As now, here we got Diablo flashing in, gonna get the wild growth on top, and Smash is like, God, I don't get to play the game.
He is really not playing the game very much in this series thus far. That's a bit of a rough one.
Diablo.
It's a trade of flashes for the 80 carries, but barrier is gone.
Diablo!
And with the one trade, it's hard for Smash to stay.
The fucking monster,
man. Is back up and
Diablo는 진짜 뭔가
gonna clear that wave as fast as possible.
진짜 괴물인데? Smash is a monster, but Diablo is a fucking. He's like a legend in the making or what?
Here for B&K, their first of the game, an Infernal.
Is he like deft?
As We do
I
see
don't know, his
Lucid
style is
with his
so
ult back up,
aggressive.
and he's lurking around as well, so they need to be measured with this bottom 2v2 aggression now because Diablo still does not have flash. He just traded it.
녹턴 궁 돌았다고 판테온도 봐주는 중이긴 합니다 이번에도. 판테온 is here as well, so just in case Nocturne ults again. But just because like your bot lane tragedy happened doesn't mean that you should just completely abandon your bot lane. You have to go back and help your bot again.
But if they can get another kill into a dragon, you're beginning to take off on the BNK rocket in this game.
Certainly is looking pretty tough as Pantheon actually completes the back to pick up his Sundered Sky, but that means that he's not here, and this is a huge opportunity now for Raptor to start up this dragon. They have full control of
Quest
the
already
bottom lane.
finished from Diablo.
And I believe the Pantheon was seen backing. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like he was on a ward. He's gonna show up again right now, so they know where he is.
No flash from Diablo.
Oh,
no flash on Corki either! Oh, Lucid doing so much damage though. There it is, the flash from Showmaker! Oh my gosh. Career has the fucking one. Oh, EQ! Not connecting from Vikla, the flash coming in, but oh, 이러면 오히려 the bubble connecting. Oh no, Vikla is running. Can he get out? I don't know if he can, guys. Oh, he does. Okay. 방금 진짜 if the scatter, the weak could actually connect it, guys.
Turnaround there for D+.
방금 신드라 너무 아쉬운데? 아깝다 이거. 조이가 하려고 하는데. It was more than a taste of their own poison. This was happening every single time for DK.
Yeah, it was Vikla's. He did not know he
But
was on
now,
ward.
BFX Vikla gets caught on a ward in the bush.
At this moment, Diablo's like, okay, this is so
1세트,
free.
2세트 그냥 DK가 당하던 걸 이번에는 근데 빅나 BFX 쪽에서 와드가 돼 있는 장소에서 뭔가 보려고 하다가 나타나 사고. 당연히 와드가 없었으면 오히려 코르키가 죽죠 저건. 근데 와 여기에서 스킬이 안 맞은 게 너무 아쉬운 게 코르키가 지금 없었거든요. 코르키 didn't have flash by the way, so very sloppy.
Showmaker just dies, and this is right before the Infernal Drake. Clear is being bopped a little bit, and actually the Infernal does go over to DK. So they were on it, and Showmaker tried to rotate over, it looks like, and just kind of dies. So Mountain Soul this time.
무슨 일이 벌어진 거야 방금?
It's a pretty good win, or big win for BNK that they're able to at least get Showmaker because.
아, but DK did get the dragon though. DK가 용을 먹었는데 근데.
Soul of the series.
2 dragons killed for DK. I think you're gonna take that.
Over there keeps them in the gold lead.
Zoe's life was cost Zoe's life, but it is what it is.
Despite his death, he has
해프닝이야. DK는 근데 용 먹어서 그래도 나쁘지 않은 것 같기도 하고.
Unfortunately, was a lot of errors from Career there on the bottom side. Now this is just Showmaker Lisa trying to rotate in.
Oh, he got transported by Cassandre.
Just like, sorry, man.
I love that happens to Showmaker.
Cassandre. Everybody do the copy pasta. Cassandre copy pasta here. One sec.
Yeah, Showmaker not gonna enjoy that too much, but
4700 HP, 320 in armor, 201 MR, Unstoppable has a shield. Okay, let's focus on this. Vikla has no flash, just goes down. Another kill over to Nami though. I mean, when he has Imperial Monday completed. Showmaker, Cassandre.
And gets him down.
Has a shield, goes over walls, has airborne, cooldown is only 2 seconds, 1 second, cost of 50 mana.
With the Pantheon, so he's relatively free to farm, but I don't know if he needs to be here right now.
Cassandre copy pasta completed. The original is...
What's going on here?
And so the Corki is back in mid, and he just dies in the mid lane to the Yunara. Like I was saying, this is not where the Jax wants to be. The Jax wants to be dealing with the Cassandre, where you can counter-strike and buy space.
What is going on?
Is, who ends up getting caught there on the top side and pushed down. And D+ is macro.
I was like yapping about Cassandre, and then I look over and she was fucking dead. What?
Yeah, this looks like they're falling apart a little bit at the seams.
Diablo didn't even use anything.
And now the Herald's up here, and now we got the
oh, there it is. Vikla, boom. EQ, R, boom, boom. Disaster.
Just trying to get away. And BNK, the rocket has really taken off here.
It really is.
Oh man, I don't know, guys.
3 grubs already theirs. Herald in their possession. And it's moments
Let's
like
watch
this
what happened
again,
here.
where
뭐야 이게 어떻게 죽은 거야?
Oh no.
Which is just some greed there on the bottom
All
side
he had
for
to do
Corki.
was
Ends up
stand
being
in the
an awkward
back
spot, but
and
Shiu
not
had to
use
clean
his
up the mess.
E.
The wild growth is incredibly powerful.
와
Obviously, in this type of
이거는
situation.
방금은
And over
너무
here,
잭스가
like, Piccolo
건방지게
just ends
들어간
up getting
거를
the
잘
massive one,
잡았고요.
right? Like he ends up getting the double here. Diablo is set up. And there's just like the contest of this didn't even really make sense. And maybe they thought Piccolo was backing and had been completely just opted out, and perhaps without him they could make something happen.
T1 lost it this
They were
low.
wrong if that's what they thought, and they're very aware of it now. Is the only lead again. Is the most popular player in the arena in Showmaker, but everything else is in complete shambles for D+.
Caught the spare.
Yeah, the first big Pantheon has been dealt with in a huge way by B&K. They knew exactly what to do. The Nocturne attacks first, can get into the fight faster. And
Such a crazy mistake from Shu. We never see him run it down like that. But
the Yunara Lulu was
because even if he does connect the QE on Jax, nothing happens, you know. Yunara had everything. 그러니까 이게 유나라가 모든 게 다 있어가지고 잭스가 QE를 맞췄어도 아무것도 안 일어납니다. 뭐 킬각도 아니고 아무것도 아니에요. 그러니까 되게 막 그 자주 보지 못하는 시우 선수의 실수죠.
That he needs to be the big man on
This Yunara is a
campus in
fucking
this
problem
game
now.
and pop off
2
and get the
items
burst
already
damage done,
completed.
because maybe the only way to lock down Diablo is
Kraken and the arrow completed,
big
by the
Camel
way.
Star damage before a fight even breaks out. It has to be him. He has
Lucid
to be
was
strong.
doing
He
a lot
has to be
better in
able
the
to do
T1
that burst. He
series.
needs as
Hey,
much
you
money
can't
as
even blame
possible
Lucid for this
to
game,
make
but
that
yeah, he
happen.
did steal like all the fucking
As now
objectives
finally
into
the lanes are
T1,
set up back
yes.
the way they should be here for D+. And I mean, it's
much to Smash's.
She was also kind of getting gapped.
He's not very happy
Everyone's
about
getting
this.
gapped.
it's
Mid,
wild to think that
ADC, support.
okay, we are going to see a bit of a Showmaker
Jungle
gank here, so I'll
top.
hold my words for a moment.
Yeah, I gotta land the stun, and the bubble is going to sail wide, and Smash once again tries to.
Oh, the
step
dash
up to
forward!
Diablo.
Oh,
The
good
bubble
bubble
is
from
gigantic.
Career though!
As we do see the
Oh
follow-up
my
tidal wave,
gosh.
though, it's going to keep him at bay, and
아니
just
근데
that,
뭔가
as Diablo is just
어떻게
so
안 되냐고
powerful right now. We
저렇게
do see Lucid is here,
나대는데요.
and the
Oh, the flash W, but like
he's just
Diablo dashes
styling all over
completely.
DK right now, and Showmaker
와
looks
방금
like it has
디아블
to do
선수
what needs to.
미쳤는데?
Once
Diablo
again,
is a fucking
dives to the
monster, by the
Gazante.
way. He predicted exactly when.
What do you do? When we had Arrow on the desk the other day, he was like, I don't know why Diablo plays like this, doesn't need to, but it's fun to watch and it works out.
And he
He's
uses
literally
barriers so he
baiting
doesn't,
the
his
Pantheon
back doesn't get
flash stun.
interrupted
He has his
there.
flash at the ready. He's
By the
standing on
way.
the edge of the range. You can see it.
Yeah.
You can practically see the range indicator with your eyes as you watch that moment. And he's just so ready.
슈메이커 선수가 사이드 그러니까 사이드 그냥 녹턴 상대로 그냥 계속 잘리는 거예요. I mean into Nocturne you can't do anything. On Zoe.
The next generation of the LCK. As we definitely know he is
판테온이랑 어울리는 미드가 그나마 뭐 갈리오밖에 없긴 했어 그냥 진짜. 진짜 미드에서 갈리오가 나왔어야 됐을 것 같은데 양 팀 다 할만했죠. 근데 갈리오 하면 이제 슌드한테 그냥 일반적으로 닦이니까.
As a lot of damage, a massive stun comes down, but the health bars are pretty low. Looking to engage now. Showmaker
Okay,
desperate
the
for
ulti comes in, but
something.
Lucid doesn't have. Oh, he doesn't have flash or anything.
And
He
you
can't
see
reach.
the rest of the DK is just running
와,
away.
그냥
He goes
너무
for after, flashes
힘들다,
out there.
DK.
As the sleep comes in, but the
So
damage
fucking
is
impossible,
enough, as
man.
Kellen says, I will
Even
collect
the fucking
kill.
Lulu flashing in
And he
for a
does
kill,
exactly that.
bro.
5,000 gold ahead, Wolf.
The first
You know the game is doomed when the support Lulu is flashing in for kills like that.
Dashing to a needle in that last moment.
GG.
As he just goes in looking for any opportunity.
이거는
This is the
솔직히
demise
뭐
of
살
Showmaker
수가
from moments
없습니다.
before.
Can't live here,
And he
guys.
is just taken out
It's
to sleep on the
impossible.
Nocturne, but can only sleep one of them. And then here, desperation. You know, you're trying to.
Okay, to be fair, T1 lost both BFX and DK.
Lucid's like,
So we don't deserve to be here.
Maybe there's enough damage here.
T1
Maybe I
had
can
one
actually pull
job,
this
either
off.
beat
There you
BFX,
go.
too hard, okay, at least
Straight into
beat
the back line.
DK,
Gotta kill
can't
Piccolo.
win.
Piccolo just flashes and then he
GG.
just disappears.
It is
Health
what it
bar
is.
gone. Not strong enough, no follow-up, nothing. And we have two global jungles in this game.
We're scaling
One of
for
them feels
worlds,
truly
obviously,
worldwide.
guys.
The other one is just global
아니
in
근데
name.
케일린 선수랑
And
디아블 선수 진짜 개 잘하는데 이거 젠지
The
상대로
Raptors killed everywhere. And now we're
아
looking at
어떻게 안 되냐? I don't know. Can they actually
6,000
beat
gold lead here,
Gen G
20
though? I don't know.
And I was
They look
promised
like
the series would
absolute
go the
monsters,
distance
though.
I was promised. We didn't know what
So
was
maybe
gonna
they
happen,
can do
and
something.
I think that was true.
Clear, are you
That
okay?
sentiment was
Okay.
felt by almost everyone. And the
Clear,
crowd
stop
is
moving for a
4D
second. Let me
plus.
disconnected.
Yeah.
I cannot stress this enough. The crowd is 4D
They did
plus
take
here
a
in the
game into
arena.
Genji.
And
젠지
yet,
상대로 한
this
세트
may be
이기긴
one of our
했는데
most one-sided playoff matches of
재도전을
the
해야겠죠,
tournament.
BFX.
Diablo,
물론 지금 DK가
7,000
탈락한 건
damage
아니고
ahead of
진
not
건
only
아니긴 한데
Smash,
거의
but
뭐
like,
진 거나
he's
마찬가지인
7,000 damage ahead of
상황이긴
him,
해요.
and that's the closest.
I mean, it's like they
No one
basically
else.
lost.
She was at
But, I
9,000.
mean, obviously,
Yeah.
the
Showmaker's
game's
way
not over
down
yet.
there.
Nexus hasn't exploded yet, so we don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe BFX just throws out the Nexus towers and then DK can get a Baron and Elder Dragon and then win the game or some shit.
There's just no presence from him. The AD carry matchup is winning for Diablo. So
BFX representing LCK in first on is good though, because like they are clean. They are gonna destroy all the LPL, LEC teams, pretty sure. Look at this team, it's so clean. 근데 이거 큰 무대에서 지금 디아블 선수 처음 하는 거 아니야? 근데 너무 잘하는데? Diablo first time playing on a big stage and he's just playing so clean, guys.
And
Everybody else also playing clean.
it's a little bit
Like
shell-shocking
Raptor,
to think that the team that just
Kaylin is popping
reverse
off.
swept T1
Kaylin did have
just
experience playing on
cannot
big
hold a
stages
candle
though.
to B&K here in this best of 5 today.
BNK looking insane.
Yeah,
tonight,
AL
and
into
now
Fear
they're
X.
looking for
That's gonna be
CU
crazy.
as well, and they will pick up that kill. A bunch does go into clear, but he is the tank. And so at the end of the day, he will brush it off and not really care all too much. But it's just another kill, another turret going the way of BNK. And they're just, you know, there's no big objectives.
아,
I
저기
guess they could
맞아도
go for
미카엘도
Baron,
있고 이게 안 됩니다.
They say we'll take the
Lulu
kill
has
first.
ulti and
Dragon's up in
Mikael's and
140.
everything, so
So they grab this
Yunara's
vision.
just unkillable.
They are
Yunara's
on a
3 items right
three-item
now.
Yunara setup. Like we're doing Baron.
Yo, you should.
Feels
Thanks
like
for
it could
the
be quite
raid.
fun,
Really
but they also
appreciate
have
it.
a signal.
Hi.
So it's
Hope you had a good
not the
stream.
fastest Baron. They don't have a
Bonkers.
ton of control. So
Rat
they're gonna play a
raid,
little more
XZ.
patiently as Diablo has flash.
Diablo.
Yeah, he is just
He's
not
in
going to
caught,
use it until
so
the very
Lulu's not
end
there.
here, but
Lulu
Flash is
없습니다.
coming in
Lulu
from
없어요.
Lucid, and now Clear shows up, and he says, "Get away from my AD carry." And Diablo is still
Oh,
alive,
we connect the
finally.
shutdown
Reducing the
coming
spear
through.
command.
Clear.
And Clear
Oh,
out of
Clear's
that
in trouble now
position.
too. Where is he in
First,
trouble?
he is going
He's Cassante.
forward in BNK
Cassante
fashion.
and the Lulu.
Wild growth, and they say, "No, Yunara,
아니 그러니까
no
유나라가
problem."
룰루가 있긴 한데 룰루가 집에 간 상태라서 룰루가 없었네요. Let's how Lulu has ult to like heal. Mikael's just kidding. Lulu went home.
And I think they
Haha.
gotta get out of here. Stat.
Joke's
Although
on
we are
you.
gonna see Shiu going in, does land the double stun. And now Showmaker trying to get something done as Unstoppable will go clear. And
Wow.
clear to this
Okay,
one.
wait, hold up. Shiu, he got 957 gold from that.
Bite the dust.
Bigla's in trouble now. Oh, there it is. Showmaker. Oh, the Q wasn't there. Such.
And trying to follow up here. He's
Classy,
going to pick up
wow.
a flash, but not quite able
Oh, the
to land
bubble.
too much
It
more.
connected.
Yeah, the blast cone's gonna
Nothing
help
else, though.
build more space here, but I think that
A
was
little
the
bit of
end
a
of
throw
it, that
coming through from
final sleep.
BFX. No
A lot
thumbs
of
now for
play
Diablo,
here
right?
from Clear in this
그 디아블
crazy
선수가
scrap,
이거를
which
때리는 행위는
Diablo
하면 안
gets caught in
됐죠.
as he
하늘에서
greets
판테온이
insanely for
내려와
Raptors.
버렸고요.
It does have flash, right?
Pantheon from the sky just dropping in. Boom.
Probably Cassante has his barrier shield.
Like
and
Lulu
he
and Tomi,
almost
you're
bursts it
auto-attacking
down. He is
enemy
so close to
Raptors,
killing
my
him. He
guy.
does.
When they have a
The
global
situation is
ulti.
actually totally
Little bit of a mistake
As Clear
coming through
does
from
a
Diablo.
lot of
I
heavy
definitely
lifting to keep
cursed
him
him,
alive.
guys.
Then goes in here with a Q3. He's level 16. Wild Growth's on him. Then he splits this fight as well in the follow-up here when the Jack shows up. They get the kill on the smash. Raptor gets away here. Shiu gets the double stun. I don't know if we're going to go deep into this replay because it's probably going to be happening live because this is going to go for a while. But Shiu ends up in this chase here getting a ton of value, and then Clear splits the fight. Raptor gets away here. There's the flash to get the double stun. And Showmaker is just out of range for so many of these bubbles he wants to hit. Some of these paddle stars with these low health bars. But this moment here from Clear is fantastic.
I mean, that
Pickle
ult
goes
from
in,
Clear
going
was
deep
so
by
good,
himself
but
for some
Shiu.
reason. As Clear saves the bottom side of the fight. And ultimately, Kellen then has to save him. Some really good play from
Says
Kellen.
no you.
This is a scrappy fight that didn't need to be that scrappy. The lead here for B&K, though, is so big that I just don't know if it matters that D+ get these small victories in these longer exchanges.
Yeah, it's not enough, as you mentioned. Now we're going
The bubble not stunning Cassante was coming
Guess
troll.
who's back? Back again. It is Nocturne to bring you the nightmares to any side laner. As Diablo's just
Nocturne.
in it.
Oh
I don't really
no,
know how he
Lucid
got
is
here,
in
but he
such
is
big
ready to
trouble.
fight, as he
GG.
always is. Diablo picks up the kill and has the
Mikael's
right
in
there.
the shield.
Meanwhile, we see Smash and Career trying to push away to Cassante, but like, they're losing so much, man. B&K are just owning all of the games today.
Yeah, and this is, I think, in part due to draft. something we haven't talked about that much.
GG.
You know, in terms of the overall season, we've talked a lot about the 80 carry meta, funneling your 80 carries goal, winning bottom lane, playing that 3v3 better.
DK absolutely giga stomped by BFX. Wow.
Including BNK's win over T1, D+'s win over T1, and now D+'s loss.
T1 lost to
like
this?
Very likely here to BNK.
Like, I don't know, DK just getting absolutely destroyed here. Wow.
And no longer
Vikla hide on
will Zoe
bush,
be
like,
alive
this
for
guy's
Baron
crazy.
career as well. Might be in some trouble.
빅나 선수가 진짜, and he's dead, or is he actually? Oh my god, he's actually walking out. There's no fucking. He actually lives. He walks out. He's literally in the enemy jungle. He like walks around on Syndra and doesn't have flash, and he just lives. Just dies.
10,000 gold the lead here.
Did I say just live? I meant just die.
The worst thing is you might get a
There's no fucking Ray
after this game, but I just don't know if it is really going to matter here as D+ barely hanging on in this game and to win this series and to face off
POX
against
진짜
Genji.
잘한다고. 아니
And
이거
we'll have
빅나
to
선수가
not only
와
reverse sweep, but win this
암살자
game,
신드라.
which is of the
조언은
three
뭐
arguably
예상
the
바뀌죠.
most one-sided. As Vikla here gets the secure kill onto Showmaker, is otherwise very deep and
And he
absorbs
just
a lot
gets
of
hit by
resources
everything.
here.
Lulu
But
R
it's
and
worth
Lulu E,
because
Kasonte E.
Diablo shows
Look
up.
at the shield and
Diablo's
the
like, oh yeah,
heals.
don't forget,
And these
I
Decisive
am
walk
also
back
quite
in,
large
10 HP and then
in this
die.
game. The double stun is able to buy a little bit of space here, but
아니
D+
다
it feels
살려놨는데
like
기껏
they
다
are
살려놨는데 갑자기 죽어버렸어.
And
Kaylin is like, huh? He was like basically trying to like group up with Diablo and help Diablo now. 그래서 유나라 도와주려고 유나라 쪽으로 가가지고 룰루가 실드를 또 줬으면 살렸을 수도 있긴 한데 다 살려놨는데 또 저렇게 할 줄 몰랐는 거죠. 워낙 유리하니까 저렇게 플레이를 하는 거죠.
They had a early Drake lead in this game, but now we're even
Oh,
up and two of
-1
those
for
Drakes are
Diablo,
mountain
though.
for this Kasante. So there just isn't any good news. It's Unara with plated steel caps. And Diablo's making a statement.
Sometimes the most unexpected
Vikla Mom
result
going
is
to
the one that
Brazil?
happens.
Yup.
Diablo is getting chunked out a little
Going
bit.
back
Raptor
to
getting flanked. He has
the
to go forward.
Americas.
Doesn't really have any help from his team,
Oh,
though.
wow.
On the
Unara's
bottom
gonna get a
side of this
penta
one,
here.
Lucid getting
유나라
shredded
펜타
by
못
this
볼 것 같은데.
gigantic Unara. As Diablo is just running straight into them, does not care at all.
Oh, the flash polymorph!
Save it.
Mikhail
And Diablo can do
shield!
whatever he
Kaylin!
wants tonight. And he will do exactly
와,
that.
유나라 룰루
Has the
서로를
backing of the
믿는
team,
거
and he
봐.
knew it.
The
Flashes in
Yunara
the
is trusting the
people and
Lulu,
does not get
and the
punished.
Lulu is immediately following up. What a combo from Diablo Kaylin.
And that's exactly what happened as his teammates give him all the resources. Smash here.
He's playing
looking for
super
something.
aggro because he
there's
knows
some in the back
Kaylin
at
is
the
gonna
same
save his
time.
ass
Dead,
if
that's
something
fine, but,
happens.
like, they stop Smash from getting back so that this push can happen in mid.
The Helia
That's an inhibitor down
shielding,
and-
healing, I meant
There's just-
Ardent Sensor,
There's no angle.
No.
the Kales.
Okay.
That's a very appropriate emote for the situation.
Nice. For the whole series.
This is just such a train
What
wreck
the hell? Comedy
And-
Central.
for BNK.
Showmaker even went Portal Belt,
There
but
are no
damn,
rules
he's
anymore.
permanently
There
dead
is-
this game.
There is nothing you can do.
와, 이번 판은
wrong.
그냥
You
조이
cannot
쇼메이커
throw this
선수가
game
그냥
even
뭐
if you try. The
사는
lead they have,
살
the
수가
global they
없습니다,
have,
그냥.
the
계속
AD
죽어
carry they
있습니다.
have. Vikla is gonna
Oh.
look for an angle.
Look at Showmaker dead again, bro. He can't even stand there. 그냥 저기 살 수 있어. 그 넥서스 타워 밑에 있어야 돼요, 진짜.
He was not able to
He has
put
to
up the
stand
performance
underneath the
to
Nexus
back it up,
tower.
and
It's
now
impossible.
The damage goes in on the Smash, and that is Vikla's job. Just do just that, and Smash does not get to play the game.
1-7
Doesn't matter
Showmaker,
if he dies or not.
1-6
Smash
Sheer,
4-1, he's like, well,
1-6 Lucid.
I guess this just
Smash is
wasn't
like
our
Smash
LCK goal.
POV.
We got the win on the T1.
Nice
and that was a little bit too
gamer.
much, I suppose. And BNK, I mean,
What the fuck?
at least because this one is
Nice
so
game,
one-sided, now I have hope
Oh.
that maybe BNK can do something tomorrow. Because before this, I was like, well, just give
1-7-2,
Genji the trophy. You
1-6.
know the classic saying. But BNK
1-6-1.
looking amazing tonight, and DK have had no chance.
Certainly not really
Smash
any
POV.
ins in this series. That is just an everything gap between these squads. A Showmaker trying his best to make something of
The
this.
bubble connects, but there's a Lulu ult and the Mikhails and the dash from Diablo and the shield coming through. Look at the heals and the shields and the dashes and the clear with the front line. Lucid getting knocked back. Boom, boom, and a boom. Dead.
As Clear is going to pick up another kill and deny him any streak there.
와,
But the game is over,
진짜
and
잘한다,
BFK are just
BFX.
playing with their food, but they have done
GG.
what they came here to do tonight. goes Diablo, he does not care.
Genji vs BFX rematch, I guess.
Shut out DK.
GG 3-0.
And also make it to first
Victory.
stand.
Arguably the most one-sided series of playoffs. Perhaps they were
Oh,
better. The macro was
damn.
better. The vision game was better. The bottom
BNK
2v2 was
Ferex.
better. He still hit that double stun in that critical fight on the top side of the map.
They're
He
in the
still pulled it
finals.
off.
They are
And
also in the
BNK,
first down
the sandbox org it used
2026.
to be, will have its first
Which is gonna happen
domestic finals,
March
a huge
16th,
win
by the way.
for this
It's in a
team
couple weeks.
to make it to challenge Genji, the only team
퍼스트
they weren't able to
스탠드는
beat on their way
참고로
here in
3월
playoffs
16일
thus
날
far.
첫날입니다.
And maybe the
3월
second time's the
16일
charm.
월요일 날부터
For D+,
해가지고
and all the Showmaker fans in this arena, it's a disappointing day. It's an 0-3.
그쵸, D+,
They just
기야.
were not able to show up and make it
그쵸.
happen. The draft reads weren't great,
까비요,
but the individual
까비요.
play didn't back it up either.
디플
And I
그래도
think disappointment
지금
is probably the
여기까지
only
온 거
word
자체가
that comes to mind.
beyond expectation.
This was
영어로
maybe
하면 beyond
supposed to be
expectation.
the resurgence, the
기대
comeback.
이상.
It's been so many years since we've
다들
seen D+
기대했던
in the
그거를
finals.
뛰어넘었죠, DK.
Today is not their day.
3위까지 온 거죠. 아, Diablo's a fucking monster. 근데 그거를 뛰어넘는 BFX는 솔직히 결승을 like BFX first time that org is going to finals, by the way. Are you kidding me?
I promise
Crazy.
you, there were a lot of undecided T1 fans in this arena tonight who weren't sure who to cheer
BFX
for
그냥
tomorrow.
개 잘해 근데.
But the
Dude, can they actually make a miracle happen and someone beat
the way this
Genji?
team played, the super plays from at times
Vic
all five of
Lamont?
these
Can you do
players
it?
might have swayed some hearts.
Can you do it?
You know? And plus, if you're a T1 fan anyway,
근데 클리어 선수 폼이 많이 올라왔어. 모릅니다
I
진짜.
think tomorrow is going to be a fantastic day.
클리어
I
선수
am
폼도 많이 올라오고 빅나 선수가 초비 상대로 초비 선수 상대로 얼만큼 보여줄 수 있는지 그것도
here from
관건이죠.
BNK.
I mean, Vicla was
Like you
completely
said,
gapping Showmaker
maybe there
today,
is
so
something in this.
maybe he can
You know,
actually
maybe
like step up
tomorrow
into
is
Trophy.
a
He did
walkover
solo
that
bolo
everyone
Trophy, guys.
expects
Not a
it
lot
to
of people
be.
solo bolo
Yeah,
Trophy.
because this one was supposed to be close,
초비
but it
선수
wasn't.
상대로
So
솔킬
maybe
장면도
BNK
보여줬죠,
is
칼리로.
just that
그
good right
리그
now,
중에.
and maybe they can level up
지금
and
모릅니다.
power up into that
일단
final
바텀
against
폼은
Genji, who have
최정상인 것 같아요.
done a lot of waiting around after
켈린,
beating
디아블
pretty much
선수가.
everybody that they came into challenge with. I mean, they got the one loss against DK, the one loss against.
그 랩터 선수는 살짝 뭔가 다 해줄 거 다 해주는 느낌이긴 해. Raptors like doing everything like you're supposed to do. 큐비 화이팅! 젠지 응원하는 사람들이 또 우리 방에 좀 계시는구만. 저는 솔직히 누가 이기든 두 팀 다 퍼스트 샌드 가서 LCK 위상을 좀 올려주면 좋을 것 같은데 든든하긴 하네요. 두 팀 다 잘해가지고. 젠지가 이길 확률이 한 98% 되지 않을까 근데? I'm Raptor, I told you, he's just consistent, he's just always there. He's always making plays. 정글이 받는 건 이해됩니다. 유나라가 막 캐리하는 장면, 디아블 충분히 받을만 했는데 디아블 could have actually gotten it, but honestly, he did make some mistakes here and there, was getting caught out, so...
I just felt like, you know,
ADC
Decisive was
QB.
great, but also
Once again, congratulations!
Bye, Femi, I'm not leaving, but you guys can leave if you want, I guess. I'm listening to the interview, though.
First of all, congratulations on your victory. You have finally secured the finals. How do you feel?
Well, BFX in the finals, guys. Who would have fucking thought? No HLE, no KT, no T1, no DK.
Yeah, being able to win on such a big stage and being able to play on an even bigger stage makes me so happy.
FMC 참가비 언제까지? 3월 6일 전까지만 이제 내주시면은 제가 신청 접수를 하도록 하겠습니다.
And Raptor, how would you rate your own and your team's overall performance today?
집중력에서 좀 아쉬웠던 것 같아서 다음 경기 더 잘해야 될 것 같아요.
Yeah, I think we had a really good setup and also I think we had a great early game overall throughout the series, but I think we were
Sure.
lacking in terms of concentration today and focus.
Concentration and focus. That's true too. They were looking like completely synchronized. Synchronized is the right word, I think.
Vikla, you will challenge Genji in the finals tomorrow. How confident are you?
Viklamius trophy? Viklamont?
Honestly, I'm feeling really good. I feel like I can keep this momentum up and do really well tomorrow.
아니 오늘 빅나 선수 미드 차이가 생각보다 많이 벌어져가지고 한 번씩 막 왜 죽지 막 이러는데 플래시 쓰지 막 이런 상황이 있어도 막 결국은 성장 차이가 엄청났거든요.
Which means see you tomorrow.
하지만 또 그런 선수가 또 초비 선수이기 때문에 성장이라면 초비 선수가 1억 아닌가.
He has such great Cantonese pronunciation.
Diablo with the anime hair. He has like the main protagonist anime hair. What is even going on? 머리카락이 근데 진짜 풍성하다. 진짜 머리가 너무 풍성하고.
And Diablo, with that victory, you have qualified for the first stand tournament. What does that mean
First
to your team?
round.
너무 좋은 경험이 될 것 같고요.
The protagonist hair, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
좀 높이 올라가야 저도 살짝
근데 눈이 좀 뭔가 머리카락이 너무 길어가지고 잘 안 보일 것 같은데.
Yeah, I think it's going to be such
His
a
hair
great
is like covering his
experience. And
eyes
the further
almost.
I climb, I feel like that's going to help me even grow further.
Diablo, you monster, man. Def retired and now Diablo is taking over. Is that what it is?
And any message for the
데프트,
fans who
디아블
supported
둘
you
다
all the way.
D이긴 해요, D.
방송에서 오늘 바텀 메타 보면 우승해드린다 했었는데 내일 열심히 해가지고 한번 해보겠습니다.
Yeah, during my stream, I actually mentioned that if the bottom meta comes,
I'm gonna
I
cheer
will
for
win it
BFX
all.
in the
So I will
finals.
do my
I don't
best
know.
tomorrow.
I kind of like Diablo. He has a protagonist hair. He must be the protagonist, right? Surely, guys. Surely he's not the psychic 2.0.
Kellen, who do you
He's
think the
against
TR
Ruler
is?
though. Good luck.
대근이가 너무 잘했다고 생각해서 대근이 주고 싶습니다.
Diablo did so well, so I would give it to Diablo.
What do you mean, Kaylin? Your Lulu and your support was insane today. 세라핀, 룰루 뭐 장난 아니었죠 오늘.
일단
What was the
라인전에서
best
저희가
moment?
스킬 짜였을 때 마지막 판에 대근이가 치고 나가는 타이밍이 되게 잘 잡아가지고 스킬 짜는 장면이 되게 좋았던 것 같습니다.
Yeah, in the last match point when we actually gave them one kill, I think we did really well. Diablo did so well getting that solo kill afterwards.
Supporting his ADC outside of the game as well. Complementing his ADC. The coach.
And for the coach, is there anything you would like to say to your players?
내일 결승전이니까 오늘 푹 쉬고 내일도 좋은 경기 했으면 좋겠다.
Thank you so much for playing your hearts out today and doing so well. Tomorrow is the
족보닷컴.
final, so let's rest up, you guys, and do well.
스폰서가 눈에 많이 띄긴 하네. 족보닷컴. Diablo fan girl. I told you, Diablo has all the
Won the
fangirls.
floor finals and will advance to the
He
finals
just has the, like the
tomorrow.
protagonist aura.
That's all from BNK BFX.
And the hair.
Back to the stat desk. Thank you.
Oh, there's a lot of BFX fans in the chat. In the crowd.